All right. I hope everyone is ready for these matchups tonight for Minnesota Championship Series. We are getting down to the wire, and these teams are trying to get to that finals. Tonight, we're going to be seeing the Miracles take on Superiors. I'm Joseph the Voice, hanging out with none other than Ari. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing amazing tonight.
That is great to hear. I got a lot of things that I need to bring to you real quick before we get started. Like I said, we got the Miracles going up against Superiors to start us off tonight. We have Stewie, Brando Orlando, and Bladat in place of DeCarlo for the Miracles. So this match is huge to start off for the majors. You're missing a key defensive player in DeCarlo, and they're subbing in Bladat, and they're hoping Bladat, can make a major impact here for this team and really give them a chance to stand on top going into this. As of right now, they're coming off of a 3-0 sweep by the Inferno, so they really need a little bit of something to put in their tank, find that hot sauce, whatever you need to do, get it going. But right now, they're going to be taking on the Superiors. And now the Superiors are also a pretty even team as well. They're a 2-3 squad with Bakaw, Pixel Skies, and TKD47. This team should be one of the best in Challenger. You have a juggernaut on the defense in TKD, who has been on top of the list of saves per game in Challenger for the last 3 seasons. Not 1, not 2, but 3 seasons. You also have one of the best standalone offensive talents in Pixel Skies, and Bakaw is a former rising star who has lots of mechanical ability. So this team has struggled on defense for some reason. I don't know what's going on, but they definitely, I think, are going to start to get together tonight. I think tonight is that time, and if they don't, they're going to fall to that loser's bracket. They're going to have to figure it out there, and if they don't, they are going home. Let's see if they have put it into practice, and they can swap those, bad opportunities around and make something of it. We've had some interesting moves that have happened throughout the season. We've had, right before the first trade window closed, we had BK Whopper going to Burnsville Inferno, Burf going on over to Rochester Rhythm, Ryuji going on over to Brainerd Victory, Cole going on over to St. Paul Senators, Papo also getting moved in that same transaction over to the Brainerd Victory, and then Goff retiring. So there's a lot of things that have happened up to this point. But right now, I'm telling you, I am ready for these games. Who do you have that you think is going to win this game right now, Ari?
Right now, I think that just based off of the notes that I have, I think that the Superiors will take this. Not only just because I definitely don't doubt that Bladat will be able to carry his own weight, but I think that Superiors are just a more well-rounded squad. I also think that Superiors might try to use this game to build momentum. As you said, they've been struggling throughout the season when it really feels like they shouldn't have. So maybe in this split, they can, all it takes is just one day where everyone's just playing well and taking this first series to get momentum and try to, at least for this first week of the split, just to carry that momentum throughout and use it to your advantage.
So in the best of 5, out of this best of 5, what would you say the final standing will be?
I think it'll be 3-1 Superiors.
3-1 Superiors. Well, guess what? I'm a wild card kind of guy, and I know Bladat is also a wild card, in fact. And I think he might just be that wild card that they need to really step it up and make a move here. I know Stewie's a name to recognize. He helps run this league, does a lot on the back end. But let's see if he can do it on the front end of the league tonight. We're expecting some big plays. And then, of course, Brando Orlando. I'm expecting a 3-2. Let's get this game going. We are ready to go. All right, we are getting ready. We are stepping into the action. We got a lot of things raring and ready to go. As we said, it is Stewie, Brando, Orlando, and Bladat for the Miracles taking on Superiors, Pixel Skies, Bakaw, and TKD47.
Orlando winning that kickoff right to Bakaw, though, sends it into the corner. Stewie trying to collect this, start a quick counterattack over to Pixel, able to cut it off, but not a lot of pressure. Leave Bladat trying to keep pressure going here. A little bit of an awkward 50 in the corner. Blendo taking possession of it. Pixel now clearing it out, trying to set up another quick counterattack. Over 1. Bakaw's beat to the ball. Stewie now in a 1v1. Can't really get the best touch though. TKD, a little bit of an awkward save, but clears out to safety in the corner. It's quickly cleared away to Blando. Blot with a 50 in front of the net. Nothing comes of it though. And the Superiors right now are getting pressured a lot by this Miracles team right out the bat.
Absolutely, and we're going to see if the Miracles can turn around because they've been backed in the corner a little bit thus far. Bladat just kicking off the sidewall, kind of giving it to Pixel Skies there. Brando Orlando taking hold of it, trying to drive it across to the corner, but once again, it is just staying in front of the goal. Superior's starting to get something going a little bit faster.
Dewey now trying to relieve some pressure. Are they able to get the best touch though? Goes right to Pixel. Pixel just kind of giving right back to Brando. Flicks over one. Skies has to make this touch. Can't get to it though. Use it for TKD. Baits in one defender. Doesn't get a touch. So Blada in front of the net. Can't get the 50. But caught with a huge save. And it catches Miracles off guard. No one really back. Scrambling back on defense. Stewie's able to get there in time. Brando with a nice clear out to Blada. Blada trying to play this out. Goes right to Pixel though. Pixel trying to dump this over to TKD. Wasn't quite ready for it. Didn't have the boost. Brando now trying to start something of his own. Hits it off the wall to himself. Can't really get the best shot though. TKD with a nice pop-up makes it awkward for Blada, who can't get the touch. But no one on Superiors is able to follow up that ball, and Miracles get the first goal.
Stewie finding it where he needed it and putting it down for the Miracles. And they are now up 1-0, 3:14 on the clock. Let's see if they can keep this going, or will the Superiors turn it around just as fast?
Superiors now mounting quick pressure out of the kickoff. Atlanta not really having any of it though. TKD pushing off the wall over to Baka, puts it down, not really just too far away from his teammate to get to it. Oh, he gets beat to the ball, Miracles, and they find another right after their goal, continuing the pressure, giving Superiors no time to breathe.
Stewie getting a great pass back and giving Bladat the opportunity to knock it in. Baka not able to get over for the save. And the Miracles are starting to walk away a little bit quicker. Let's see if they can get slowed down. Will the Superiors defense step it up, or what is going to happen here?
A little bit awkward. A little bit of a fun play just to get the ball into the corner. Keeping pressure now. Orlando gets it around 2 pinches out. Stewie's a little bit awkward for this. Tries to just play it down to his teammate. Gets it around a defender though. Superiors though still in a comfortable spot. TKD having to play this over. Lots of room to work with. Leaving it for Pixel. Takes it up the wall. Air dribble over one. Not really able to continue it though. Blot with the quick counter possession touch. Pixel though taking control of the midfield over to TKD. Get to it in time. Stewie's ready for it though. Blot's there to clean up the midfield as well. Tried to set up a team pinch. Nothing really coming from it though. And now Superior is finally starting to mount pressure as I say that. A quick clear from Miracle sends it away.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a little bit of miscommunication coming from the Miracle side. I mean, they are 2-0, but if they want to hold on to that lead, they got to make sure that their communication stays strong throughout the entirety of the game. Because all it takes is one, and that could really just, start messing with the psyche and give the Superiors the opportunity to creep right back in. But there's still 1:45 left on that clock. Can the Superiors get something going here? We're starting to see a little bit more momentum. Bladat kicks it away.
Bladat, as so far from what I've seen him on defense, he's definitely holding himself very solidly, especially playing in a league above his own. You wouldn't really see that though from the way that he's playing. To say that possession touch a little bit too far away. Now 2 players in the corner for Miracles. Stewie's able to bail them out though. Pixel playing this off to the wall for his teammate. TDK gets an amazing beat over to Pixel, but Miracles scramble on that defense. Another double commit coming from a little bit of a mistouch. Baka not really able to capitalize off it too much. So tries to put for a ceiling pinch. Gets it around Stewie. Pixel there for the follow. What a beautiful pass off the ceiling. And Superiors put the first one on the board.
And like we said, sometimes it only takes one, and that was a beautiful play right there. Getting it in between all the defenders and striking it down. Superiors looking pretty fancy on that one. Is that the momentum shift that they needed? They still got a minute left on the clock. Can they do it?
Nakano right off the kickoff, putting a shot on net. Stewie has to save this. Gives it over to Orlando, who's getting pressure with the down low Blot though. Putting around 2, and he is not having any of Superior's comeback. He makes it a 2-goal lead again with less than a minute left.
Hey, I'll just say this. University of Milwaukee has some good players, and Blaudet has learned from some of the best. You can see it in his plays. I've had the opportunity of casting some of their other matches myself, and they are a team that you definitely like to watch when they're in these other competitions. Seeing their individualized players coming out and making these marks on the field, especially as subs. Like you said, they're playing a league above their own right now, but they're playing how they need to.
Clutch save from Stewie. Gets another doink over the defender. Puts TDK in a really bad spot. Pixel, though, able to try to clear that middle. Orlando taking control of it. All three Miracles players push up pretty heavily here. Stewie kind of in an awkward spot. Down to Baka. Stays in front of the ball and makes a save, though. Speaking of Blaudet being in a league above his own, sets up for a double for Stewie. On target, bumps the goalie, but Superior is able to get back in time.
As the clock begins to tick down, it doesn't look like there's much left. Opportunities for Superiors, and it looks like we are going to get a 0, or will Miracles get another one in just for the flex? It seems like they just want to make sure. Nah, they said, no, we're just going to let it fall. Try to get that little bit of a hit on it, but it looks like the Miracles are up 1-0 in this best of 5, and they're looking pretty good. They had a total of 10 shots on goal in the comparison of 5 shots on goal, so they put up twice as many opportunities on goal. They had the same stat line for saves, but however, that goal stat line was not the same. As you saw it, it was 3-1 in favor of the Miracles. How you feeling after that one, Ari?
Yeah, I mean, and we were talking about before, Superiors, they have the defense, they have the defensive players, especially in TDK, but, you know, threes in Rocket League is about your team performance, and you saw Miracles. Miracles aren't really considered, I don't think, a defensive team, yet they have the same amount of saves as a team as the Superiors do, and, you know, once you're playing as good defense as what is one of the best defensive teams in the league, and you're putting up more than double their shots, that definitely says something.
Hey, I mean, good defense or not, you know, when you got that many shots on goal, I don't think you're gonna be able to stop as many opportunities like that. I mean, it's like a rapid machine gun at that point. One's gonna eventually hit you, you know, and it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna have to come back from that. And if they don't find a way to come back from this, you know, the Miracles are just gonna run away with this. They're looking really good though to start this out. Let's see if they can continue that going forward. All right, TKD on one side, Pixel Skies on the other. For the Superiors, look like Pixel Skies is the one to take it. Can the Superiors get it going here early in this one?
Pixel with an amazing beat on the defender, setting up immediate pressure for the Superiors. I don't know what the best TDK sets it up for the backboard. Pixel's there for another touch, can't quite shoot it. Gets it there on Stewie though. TDK gets it there on Blaudet. Breaking down the defense one by one. 2 players go up for Superiors. Takes big miscommunication there for the Superiors, and that's going to shut down their offense for now. TDK's not able to make the save, and Orlando capitalizes off of that. He's not going to waste any time cleaning up that mess on aisle 7.
Brando Orlando sitting back like a silent assassin, and didn't hear his name much in game 1, but you're going to hear it more in game 2 with 29 seconds off the clock. The Miracles are up against Superiors once again.
And Miracles, a bit of a bumper car going there in the midfield, and Stewie is able to just slap that on the open net. I was about to say, Miracles are feeling the momentum right now. That's a very odd play in the midfield, but Miracles come out on top there, is able to do a quick 1-2 passing play. It's a beautiful slot from Stewie there.
One of my favorite things in Rocket League is bully ball, and that was one of the most awkward defensive bully ball plays I have seen, but it played out so beautifully. Blaudet is a whole different type of beast right now. He only has 2 points on the board, but he has made an impact thus far here in this match.
Again, it's about the quality, not the quantity of those points that you are gathering in. So far, from what I've seen from Blaudet, his quality of those points is immaculate. Stewie now having to defend this off backboard. Easily clears out to the corner. Hardly able to stay behind in time. TDK gets a beat over 2. Blaudet's awkward. Crucial touch out to the sidewall, shutting down the midfield pass. Stewie's able to dunk one. Big scramble here on the sidewall. All 3 Superior players kind of bunched up on the same part of the field. TDK. Oh, the net was open. Slots that top left corner. Was not expecting that to be a goal. I thought someone was back for Miracles. Maybe Brando Orlando was thinking the same thing. So he kind of caught out getting boost. You know, very much a Rocket League moment there.
Very beautiful slotted play right there. Finding that little bit of opening and just being able to put it right in there. That's what you need to see right now from the Superiors team as they once again get just so ever close, but it is not enough. Is this the play right here? It is not. Pixel Skies puts it back and is kicked away by Stewie.
I don't know, having to play this out. Not really the best touch, but leaves it soft enough for Orlando to pick it up, but he gets bumped off the play. Pixel now can't get the pinch out middle. Stewie gets bumped off of it again. You see a lot more physical game coming up from the Superiors right now. Orlando is it around 1, not really able to read the touch, while Blot with some time on it. Hits it to the backboard, trying to set up a teammate. Can't get the dunk on it, though. Stewie having to collect this one. TDK not really giving him any space. Takes the boost. Stewie around 2. Just Baka left to beat. Can't really get the best touch, though. Low boost. TDK there to clean it up. Blot now. Air dribbles it around 1. To the corner. Pinches it. Nothing really coming of it. Baka there able to clear it out. TDK for the follow. Quick advancement down middle for Superiors. Stewie able to halt it. Give some time for Miracles to get back. TDK now. So has to drop it down close. That's a very big miscommunication again with Superiors. And Blot able to read that post bounce. Almost thought that was a missed opportunity, but unfortunate miscommunication there for the Superiors.
Hey, we said it once and we'll say it again. Blodett has been holding back and making every opportunity count tonight, and now we have a team hat trick for the Miracles. Sorry, correction, for the Miracles, and they're up once again 3-1 against the Superiors. But now we still have 2 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock.
You wouldn't think that Blotout was a rising star player, judging from these games that we've watched so far. He has been in the right spot. He's been capitalized off of mistakes. You think maybe playing in a bigger league with faster plays, you might play more timid, you might play more safe. He is not feeling any of that pressure whatsoever. He is feeling himself. Oh, beautiful save from Baka.
I mean, everything I've ever known about Blodett in the corresponding, leagues and with his university, he's definitely stepped up as a leader there. So I don't see why not. He doesn't see an opportunity here and just take it as well, Brando Orlando stumping it in the skies. Baka grabbing it up, trying to get an opportunity of his own. It looks like Stewie's on the back wall. Pixel tries to get him away, but not enough. Stewie still gets there. TKD gets stumped on the wall by Stewie. Stewie's a little bit of everywhere all at once right now, and there he is again. Stewie drives it to the sidewall, trying to get it down, but Baka is just waiting there and grabs hold. Kicks it to center field. Blodett pushes it to the sidewall. Pixel Skies with a great opportunity downfield. Kicks it just wide of the goal.
And Orlando trying to get that touch to keep it going down mid. Not really able to get that beat, though. Stewie on 1, around 2. Can't. Oh, my goodness. What a dunk from Blodott. The 1-2-3 passing play downfield. It's a beautiful follow off of Orlando's touch, not giving any room. Pre-flip dunk on that clear out to the side.
Man is shooting 1,000 right now. Like we said, every opportunity has been counting for him. And I don't know, maybe it's his day. Maybe he woke up, he had some Wheaties, a nice, good, hearty breakfast, Maybe he had a little bit of that Michael Jordan secret sauce, whatever it is. He's got it going today. We got a demo from TKD on Stewie. Leaves an opportunity. Can Pixel Skies get it in? Gets it past one defender, and Stewie is there once again.
Bit of an open net opportunity for Miracles that they can get here in time. Not quite. Baka buying some time for his team. Orlando passing at Pixel, reading it, having none of that. Pixel put to the backboard, not enough boost to follow it. Stewie with a huge clear out, leaving a lot of pressure for Miracles. 30 seconds left now. Superiors looking to have to deal with this reverse sweep that's in front of them, especially with this pressure mounting from Miracles. And you wonder, we saw it yesterday on last stream in Rising Star, there was a reverse sweep, and it's definitely possible, especially in these best of fives, but with so much momentum coming from Miracles, you're wondering if it's too much for Superiors to be able to deal with.
Hey, I said I was pulling for the wild card on this one, and Blodett has showed up, made some noise. Stewie has stepped up in game 2 and just really, really made the opportunities count for himself. And Brando Orlando really just set the tone. So you got 3 guys on this team that even though they're down to Carlo right now, it doesn't really feel like they're out of rhythm, they're out of momentum. It feels like everything is kind of flowing pretty smoothly right now. And I would love to be in those comms right now and just kind of hear what they're talking about, how they're feeling right now at this point. 3-1 victory, then a 4-1 victory. They're up 2-0 right now. Can they seal the deal against the Superiors, or will they finally get the chance to step it up defensively and make it count offensively on their opportunities. Because once again, we have 10 shots on goal. This time, only 4 shots on goal for Superiors.
And you're wondering if there's anyone on Superiors right now that's stepping up to be the IGL in this moment, pointing out the flaws in the team to try to round up his team to get this reverse sweep going. If any of them are really even saying anything right now, it's very tough on the mental to be losing 2 games in a best of 5. But again, best of 5s are not impossible. We have seen them before, and we might see it again. But if Miracles can keep this up, if Blada can keep playing how he's playing, I don't see Superiors being able to bring this one back.
Well, it's game 3 and game point for the Miracles if they can steal it here. Minneapolis Miracles going against Duluth Superiors. What is going to happen? Let's see who sets the tone here in game 3.
A little bit of a double whiff coming on the sidewall immediately. Blada puts it middle for Orlando. Orlando can't get to the ball in time. Pixel's there to clean it up. Stewie keeping it in his corner, buying time. Good pop out. Air dribble over 2. TDK has to get a touch. Orlando's there to follow it, though. Bakana able to get to Orlando with a beautiful double tap. And Miracles are up 1-0 in the matter of seconds in game 3.
And once again, the tone setter, Brando Orlando. He is here to make some noise, and he is here to get it in place for his boys. And let's see if they can keep it going as they're once again up against Superiors, and they're up 2-0 in the series.
TDK trying to, answer that double tap with one of his own, but it was just put off wide into the corner. Pixel now dropping it down. Not really to anyone. TDK now around 1, has to battle Stewie in the corner. Stewie wins that. He's able to get the follow-up 50 as well, just preventing that Superior's attack. Blada plays it a run over to Orlando, is able to follow it up. Plays it back to Blada. Blada setting up his own double tap. Bakaz able to read that, though. Pixel now taking control in the corner. Stewie's reading it. Backboard. Bit of a scramble here for Superiors, but it works out for him. Blada passes it over middle, but TKD is there. Round 2. Stewie's popping it up. So the ceiling. Not able to stay close enough to it, though. Blada trying to leave for his teammate. TKD not allowing them any breathing room. It's a little floater in front of the net. No one on Superiors really to keep that going. And if you're Superiors, you got to pounce on those open opportunities. You're not really going to get many of those.
Absolutely not. There hasn't been many all day thus far. The Miracles have just been on a little bit of everything so far today, and it's just been working for them. Whether it's Stewie, Brando, Orlando, or Blada, they have all stepped it up and made some noise, and Stewie barely missing the mark there. Blada going to pick it up at mid-wall at the 50 and gets picked up in the sky by Pixel Skies and kicked away.
Bakan now playing it over Stewie for the double. Can't get there. There for the follow, but it's blocked off. Stewie now trying to follow this low boost. Can't really do anything. Bakan now not really able to get much from that touch. TKD chucking one on net, but Blada's ready for it. Orlando, beautiful 50 off the sidewall, plays it right down to Blada. Bit of a double commit coming from Miracles, but again, works out. Shot on net, actually. TKD cleaning it up. Orlando there to play that touch. 2 players up again from Superiors. Off to the sidewall. Stewie having none of it. That's a wide open net. And, oh, the passing play didn't quite connect. You maybe thought that one was already in, but just unfortunate play. But, I mean, Miracles are still up 1-0. Ooh.
Blada trying to get the pass going there. Another opportunity. Blada just nearly missing the mark. Brando Orlando setting himself up, and TKD hits his own defender to get that clear there.
There's so many. Those were, I was at 3 or 4 seemingly open nets there that were missed in a row, but Miracles are not deterred from that net. They're still putting up pressure. I mean, if you're Superiors, maybe this might be a sign of hope that Miracles are messing up this many opportunities. Blada almost getting the dunk on TKD to put that one through. Orlando passing him middle. Thankfully, Pixel's there for Superiors. Blada at around 1. Can't get it around the other beautiful fake from Pixel. It gets bumped off of it, though. Stewie with a fake challenge. Pinch it out in the middle, but TKD is ready for that. Puts it out to Bakaz. Bakaz there for the shot. Stewie's able to pinch it off the post and keeps it out of the goal line for Miracles. Brando now trying to clear this out. Bakaz getting bumped by his own teammate. Another miscommunication from Superiors. That's kind of been the story of this series. You see a lot of double commits and bumping from their own players coming from Superiors this series.
Definitely seeing a lot more coming, but it's not really working out that well for the Superiors as they are still down. Right now, we already have 10 shots on goal for the Miracles and 5 shots on goal for Superiors. We have not seen more than 5 shots on goal yet. Maybe this is the one right here. I was looking for that 6 shot on goal, and I was looking for the goal indeed to tie it up, but we are not seeing it just yet. TKD trying to pass it out, gets cleared away by Stewie.
Miracles. Oh, Miracles now not really out of the woods yet. They finally get it out with that pinch, though. It's good. It was good. It was a good offensive push from Superiors. Just not able to find that last follow-up on the ball to put it in the net. They had a couple opportunities to have the capitalize off and puts it over Pixel. As I say that, Pixel slotting it through all 3 Miracles defenders with a beautiful pass from TKD.
What a beautiful pass there. Finding all the defenders kind of floating up, waiting for the ball to get up on that wall. And no, he got there. He got the ball right back onto the hood of his teammate. And now we have a game. Less than 30 seconds. Who will come out on top? Will the Miracles come back? Will we see an overtime? There's a lot at stake here in this match.
Superior is mounting quick pressure on the kickoff. No one there for the pass from Miracles, though. QTD clearing this one out. Maybe they're going to catch Miracles on this counterattack, but Ka having to save this one away. Pixel there. Beats one, goes to the corner. Blada trying to keep it up, but can't. Now we have overtime in game 3.
Pixel Skies trying to make sure he can get hold there for his teammate. Bakal up top, putting it near the front of goal, but no teammate was there to help him out. Pixel Skies going to try another one here, finding both of the Miracles in that corner right now. Brando Orlando trying to get over the defender. TKD is stumping all the defenders on the Miracle side. You're seeing a different level of aggression coming out from the Superiors here in overtime.
Miracles now trying to mount another offensive attack. Beautiful back pass there, allowing Sui to get that follow. Off the backboard, Bakal only one with enough boost to go up for that. Orlando, bit of an awkward 50 in the middle. Stewie's, oh, what a bar down shot from Skies. It's a beat on Stewie. And hope is still there for the Superiors in this series as they take game 3.
Absolutely. It is not over yet. So if you got to go, get your popcorn, you got to go use the bathroom, grab a drink, I'd say go do it real quick. You got like less than a minute, but I'd say go and do it real quick because, these matches aren't over just yet. Miracles went up 2 in the series, and the Superiors are starting to bring it back there with that overtime goal. Will that be the tone setter they need to put them back in this one? Will the Miracles find a way to close the door on them in game 4? It is still anyone's ball game. It is not a closed deal. It has not been signed, sealed, delivered. But we have definitely seen a lot of aggression coming from the Miracles side. They have been getting a lot of shots on goal. It looks like Superiors are starting to get the rhythm a little bit more where they need it. They're starting to communicate a little bit more. We're seeing some miscommunication coming from the Miracles side. So it really just depends on what happens here going into game 4. Both these teams have an opportunity to talk here in this last minute before it resets. But what's going to happen? It's really up to them.
And you saw a lot of opportunities coming from Miracles, especially at the midway point in the game. They just weren't able to capitalize off those open nets. And that's a good game by Superiors, but you're wondering if they're going to be able to recreate that. And, relying on your opponent to not score isn't the best strategy. But, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. And we're going to see if the Miracles will get another 10-shot stat line again. They've been doing it all night thus far where they've been getting up double digits on shots. I think if the Superiors can get in that neighborhood, they are almost guaranteed a victory. They're keeping it neck and neck right now. And I say almost guaranteed because, it's still anything can happen on any given day in Rocket League. But it really comes down to the shots on goal because they're hitting their shots more than not. It really just comes down to the Miracles are taking a lot more shots on goal and getting more goals because of that transition. So we'll see what happens here in game 4. Will the Superiors be able to come back, or will the Miracles just really shut it down and get ready for that next matchup?
Now I'll flick over to Superiors mounting immediate pressure on the kickoff. Miracles haven't been able to get it out of their own half so far. Blodot trying to set up something for himself. Low boost, though, can't really do anything out of it. Pass over middle. Back to TDK, but Sui's able to cut it off. Orlando, again, the entire Miracles side just low boost right now. Blodot plays off the sand to himself, not able to get a follow-up touch. Stewie a bit awkward. Again, all players low here. Superiors, though, not really capitalizing off of it yet. Pixel trying to pass this over to his teammate. Light touch off the backboard. Orlando able to put it around 150 the other, and finally Miracles get some breathing room.
Let's see Blodot kicking it into the corner. TKD grabs hold, puts it to that sidewall, looking for an opportunity to get over Brando Orlando, but cannot do so. Stewie trying to pick up the pieces with the double tap, putting it in front of goal, and Blodot just couldn't get there. TKD kicks it away. Brando Orlando jumping on top of it, trying to find another opportunity for the Miracles. Stewie putting it right back downfield and getting himself with his own layup pass and putting it in for the goal.
The solo play around 2 puts it high. Both players on Superiors having to retreat off of that. No one back in time, and Stewie with just clinical speed to that ball and absolutely demolishes the Superiors defense.
All right, we're seeing the same thing once again. I just want to point this out. We're seeing the same thing once again from the Miracles. They have put up the first goal in every single match thus far, but that has not been the deciding factor, as we see a miscommunication there from Superior. And is it a free goal? Oh my goodness, fake! That fake was something. Oh man, he had nothing left in the tank, and he still found a way to throw off the defender.
Everyone did look intentional on the part of him, and if so, that was a beautiful mind game. That's a humongous mental breaker for Superiors. You're trying to claw back in this series, and you get bamboozled like that. It's very tough to come back, but definitely not impossible. As Stewie tries to make this a 3-goal lead with that pass coming from Blodot. Not able to get it though. Blodot a little bit awkward, low boost. Stewie able to bail him out. All Superiors players pushed up. Orlando misses the ball though. Double commit coming in midfield for Miracles. TDK now with the best 50. Stewie now having to play this bit again. Low boost game overall. That's the one thing I'm noticing in this game 4 is it seems that Miracles are constantly on low boost most of the time. I wonder if that's a bit more aggression coming from Superiors. They're finally able to start breaking out of their own half more. Stewie not able to reach that ball. No, it's a quick counterattack opportunity, but Blodot's able to shut it down. Stewie's there for the redirect, puts it up the crossbar. Blodot's there for the follow. Touch just on the goal line, and TKD is able to collect it.
What a save! That was crazy, crazy save there by Superior. Is that the one that they needed? Can they turn it around? I'm hoping to see something big here, or will the Miracle just continue to hammer away and look to close it out here against the Superiors?
Superiors having to deal with more pressure though. Bakai able to get one touch out. 50 Orlando. Again, another double commit coming from Superiors is not what you want when you're trying to start a counterattack. Pixel able to play it to himself, gets the boost, gets 50 on Orlando. Blodot's there to collect it, Bakaw's there for the save. Ka now take out Stewie. Stewie's not having any of it. Stewie plays it up to the wall around 2 defenders, gets the demo. Touch though, saved by TKD, inches it out. Not really able to get much more of it though. It's over to Pixel. Pass over to Bakaw is too much mustard on that. It's too awkward. TKD ceiling pinch again. Too much mustard on it. Pixel just not able to do anything with that. Stewie just out middle. Bakaw not with the best touch over to Orlando. Orlando's going to quickly take a shot up. TKD cannot get up to the ball in time, and Orlando slots one top shelf.
Unfortunately, when you're seeing a lot of plays of desperation that the Superiors are throwing out there, it's going to leave an open opportunity just like that one. And the Miracles are now up 3-0, and it looks like that one may have just been the dagger to seal out this one. As I'm saying that, Brando Orlando's like, we got one more. My goodness, the Miracles are starting to shine.
Now, if your Superiors are having to regroup in the losers bracket, trying to keep as much momentum as you possibly can, not to just get double elimed out of the tournament right away. But if your Miracles, this is an amazing showing from Blodot, showing that they do not mess around even with a sub player. Beautiful passing play though. Superior's not going out without a fight. Bar down. Pixel able to rebound it though. They are definitely not going out quiet in this series.
Is it a day late and $1 short, or do they still got some spare change left in their pocket. They still need to get 3 goals in 32 seconds, and that's just to tie it.
Little win it in overtime, but that kickoff, goes right into possession. 2 players overcommit for Superiors. Not the best touch. Goes out middle. Orlando has possession. This is not looking good for Superiors. 15 seconds now. No one has boost. All players are back for Miracles. Pixel, though, able to put it middle. TKD a bit too close. And write the books home. This is Miracles series. Bladat had an amazing showing here, stepping up on the higher level league and definitely showing that he's not awkward playing against these faster, higher ranked players. Even at some games, at some points, it looked like he was actually the main conductor of Miracles' offense, scoring. He had a nice solo play in what was it, game 2. He had a couple nice breakdowns of the defense overall. Definitely did not feel like he was, in a league under where he should be.
Absolutely. Definitely you want a player like that can step up and really just fit into the equation is what you're looking for. And that's what you got. The Miracles needed a player to fill DeCarlo's shoes in this situation, and they got a well-rounded individual like Bladat to come on. And like you said, he was a facilitator at some times. Sometimes he was playing more of the back end role, playing defensively, creating bumps, creating demos, creating more opportunity there. So we really just have to see what happens going forward for the Miracles throughout the rest of this one. But I will tell you this, we are expecting to see for our next series the Rochester Rhythm going up against the winner of St. Paul Senators or the Hibbing Rangers. So we'll be getting that to you here shortly. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back into the action. All right, and we are getting back into the action. It is myself and Ari once again in the booth. This time we're going to be checking out Rochester Rhythm going up against the St. Paul Senators. So the Rhythm, a 3-2 team, 4th in the conference. They got Burf, Dicey, and Wolf. And with this team, the move to release Ryuji and add the talents of Burf, this team goes from a top 5 contender to win it all at this point. You have a physical player in Dicey, and you add a midfield like Burf to complement Wolf, who can basically hold down your entire backline by himself. So right now, this is a tough team to beat in this major. Look out for Burf to really step it up right away, and we'll see what happens. And on the flip side, we have St. Paul Senators. We got Dorka, Kazan, and Cole. They're also a 3-2 team, putting up 17 points, tied respectively with the Rhythm. Dorka was a part of the premier season last year and actually finished 2nd. He has a lot of experience playing in some of the highest lobbies in MNCS. This season has been a catalyst for this team, scoring 1.24 goals per game. However, the loss of Papo in that trade that we talked about earlier, where they swapped with Cole. Cole's a great player, don't get me wrong, but when you take a talent like Papo, a season 4 challenger winner, and you just kind of allow them to move over to that other team who literally had their best player retire, that is something to say. So we'll say, will that be a huge victory for the Brainerd victory, or will it be a bigger victory for the St. Paul Senators as we narrow it down here going towards the finals? Ari, how are you feeling about this matchup in particular? The Miracles taking on the Superiors. Sorry about that. We are all over the place. Oh, sorry.
Rhythm.
The Rochester Rhythm taking on the St. Paul Senators. I'm all over the place. We got so much action coming at us today.
I feel like Rhythm just having that more solid roster, whereas Senators kind of going through more of a recent roster change. Can speak from experience. Having a roster change, especially when you already have people that you've been playing with for around a month and you've been doing scrims and such with them, it is kind of tough, especially when you go into this kind of more quick firing playoff bracket where you play 3 or so games back to back to back. It really just depends on how solid you are with and comfortable you are with the people around you. And I feel like going through that roster change, well, sometimes can help, especially when things are getting stale and things aren't going well. But when they are going well, and even if they aren't going well, when they're going decently, and you change the roster, it definitely has an effect. And like I said before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if it's not really broken, and you're trying to change things, it can either go very well, and this team becomes they go from a top 6 team to like maybe a top 3 or top 2 team, but it could go very wrong and it could have the opposite effect.
Absolutely. I mean, for me personally, I see the Rhythm taking this one 3-1. That is my stat line for this one. But like you said, Senators making that adjustment, I don't know how I quite feel about it. I think having a team that has been consistent, and if anything, they released a player to only gain more talent. Both of them have had a roster change. Let's not mix anything up here. Both of them had a roster change, but I think the addition of Burf is a bigger addition than the swap of Cole, and Papo. I think Papo was a major talent you didn't just want to, let go of, but there must have been something there that they saw in the player of Cole that they really just wanted to get him over to their team. And like I said, right now is that time. Cole, are you going to step it up and make some big plays? Are you the catalyst to really send this team to the finals? They saw something, and let's see if we'll see it right here. We are ready for the action.
And I did get my prediction last time correct. It was just the wrong team, but the series score was correct. Right now, I am going to actually go with you. I feel like I'm taking Rhythm here in a 3-1 series.
All right, let's see what happens as we're already seeing bully ball to start it out. We got a demo as soon as we get a kickoff to start out the game. Kazan takes it into the corner, but Wolf is right there, puts a shot on goal.
Beautiful
right
shot. Past
Cole. It's almost hard to say goal and Cole at the same time, but I'm telling you this, Wolf knows how to put it together and get it right past the mark.
I'm sorry, I did not fully notice that, but Dicey's car is absolutely ludicrous. He pulled that out of a gold 3 lobby, it looks like, with his car design. But maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's trying to get in Senators' heads as Wolf plays it over 2. Over 3. Dudas there. I can't finish off that pass and play. It was a beautiful play out from Wolf to get it over 2 players. Kaza now taking possession, gets a demo. Hands it right over to Wolf, though. Gets a beautiful dunk. It's actually on target. Dicey had to get that save. That's a demo coming out. Dicey has to save this. Gets it around. No one there from either team to collect this ball midfield. Gets it right into Dicey. It's such... This game has been anything but scrappy so far. It's just been people missing, awkward rollers where no one's there, demos, whiffs. It's been chaotic, but it's been beautiful as one almost floats in there for Senators.
You weren't lying when you said it looks like Dicey Duda pulled his car to the bottom of a Cracker Jack box or something. That is one knick-knack of a toy he's driving around in right now as Burf gets a little flick and Cole kicks it away and Dorka right there to stop Dicey Duda.
Now Dicey having to play defense here. It's over to Burf. Burf able to make 2 amazing goal line saves as he keeps it out of the net. It's a beautiful recovery there to be able to get that second save on the ball. The first one didn't quite get over the offensive line. Wolf staying into the play. They're getting 250s. That's huge for Rhythm, allowing them to relieve some pressure here. Burf now with a quick shot. It's not quite on target, though. That would have been a second goal for Rhythm. Now a quick counterattack coming from Senators.
Dicey Duda kicks it over to the side while Wolf gonna kind of just play it a little coy there, grabs the boost, goes back on defense. He knows they're up 1-0 and he'd rather play it defensive than play it aggressive right now. And honestly, that's a smart move in this situation where you don't want to make these hesitant decisions. You got to know what you're doing and ride upon that prowess right now, because if you hesitate for a second, that's when they catch you off guard and that's when they hit the back of that net. So let's see what's going to happen here. Will the Senators get it back?
Whoa, that's a beautiful flick from Dorka, and he's able to follow it up, put it off the crossbar and in. Bit of a miscommunication there. Dicey maybe thinking someone was closer behind him. Kind of just a breakdown on Rhythm's defensive end, but that's beautiful from Dorka to capitalize on that open space.
Absolutely, and let's see. We now have an even 1-1, 2:30 on the clock. We're halfway through the game, and it's practically 0-0 all over again. But the rhythm and the momentum will tell you otherwise, as Dorka just put one in the back of net. Let's see if that will continue going in their favor. A little bit of bully ball going, and a bump gets an opportunity open, and Cole finding the back of net.
Dicey trying to take his time with this and put up the wall, but Kazan just trying read that, bumped him out of the way. It puts after the ball just pinches up into the ceiling, bounces down right in front of Senators. They're able just to slot that one.
All right, now the Senators are up in this best of 5 game 1, 2 minutes on the clock. Burb trying to get the defensive play there. Dorka gets it past him, but now it's going back downfield, and Cole booming it down for Dorka, trying to get a double tap here. Not enough, just shy of the goal.
Dicey with a big clear to the corner, beats one, passes over to Burf. That car definitely not reflecting the skill level, as I feel like very rare to see someone in the, I can't even say the name of that car. I've never seen anyone use it. Pull off a play like that on these high rank lobbies. Definitely a mental mind game if you're getting beat by a car that looks like that, for sure.
Hey, maybe his little cousin came over and he was like, hey, I got a big match coming up. You make me a car and I'm gonna play with it in this next tournament. Maybe he did something like that. We don't know. Maybe he's just stunting on him, you know? Maybe it's a fashion icon statement. I don't know. But right now he's looking good.
For sure. Burf now can't clear this out middle. Kazan not able to capitalize off that whiff. Wolf able to beat 2 here. Clears it over the third. Dorka having to retreat now. Pops it up high. Dicey hunting heads in the back line as Burf can't get the beat on Dorka. Wolf has to play this one out now. Can't get the touch that he needs. Cole's there. Passes out middle, but it's read by Dicey. Makes a beautiful defensive stop. Wolf down with a beat. Quick counter, but Cole's there. One up playing it up to the ceiling for himself. Gets the beat on Burf over to the corner. Dorka can't beat Dicey. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful fake. I had no idea. I didn't even see that coming. I was in awe. I was about to say unfortunate miscommunication, but I think that was intentional, as Cole didn't slow down there after that whiff. That was an amazing call out from Dorka there to fake it.
Thanks a lot, Cole. You broke my co-caster. You can't even say a complete sentence anymore. That was quite a play indeed, however. I agree with you.
I'm just not used to seeing those. Those are usually only presented in the RLC high level play where you said the dummy plays where someone flies out the ball, fakes it for someone right under him. But, you know, this team showing that they can do it at this level and that they are comfortable doing it. It's definitely paid off for them as they have a 1-goal lead with 30 seconds left. Trying to make that 2, but Burf not having any of it. Clears it out to Wolf. Wolf not trying to beat Cole to the ball. Gets a good 50, though. Cole staying close to this. Beats a Rhythm defender. Now Dicey having to deal with this counterattack, and it's an amazing save. Kazan a bit awkward. Both players retreating. Burf not really able to play the ball the best, though. Wolf gets a good 50. Kind of bumps into Dicey, though, making it a bit awkward. 10 seconds left now. Rhythm need a quick counterattack, and they need it now. Dorka not having any of it, though. Cole keeps this one close. Burf with a beautiful beat goes over to Dicey. Dicey keeping it up high. No one there to hit the corner in time, and Senators take game 1.
Nice opportunity there. Dicey trying to throw it into the corner and get a last-second opportunity. Unfortunately, it hits just shy of the mark. And even with that crazy, crazy-looking car that Dicey brought out, it was not enough to throw off the Senators as St. Paul goes up 1-0 in this series. And unfortunately, one of the players backed outside. I don't have an exact stat line here for shots on goal, but I'll tell you this. We have 6 shots on goal for the Rhythm, and I see 9 shots on goal, not including their third. So either way, the Senators were really sticking it to the Rhythm and putting a lot more shots on goal. So we're seeing a similar output to what we saw in that last series, where a lot of shots on goal is equating to more in the back of net, and that's what you like to see. But we were also starting to see things turn around a little bit. So we'll see if the Rhythm can change their tune going forward.
And you were saying maybe doubting the transition to put Cole on Senators. In this game 1, he's definitely showing that that's not the worst move, as he was on top of the leaderboard. He was the main scorer for Senators in that game 1. Let's see if he can keep that consistency, though, into game 2, and let's see how Rhythm deal being down 1-0.
As we now step into game 2 of this best of 5, who will come out on top?
Dorka with a huge win. Rhythm having to deal with the shot right away. Kazan not able to score the open net. Rhythm taking a sigh of relief there. Almost went down 0-1 immediately in this game too. Wolf now flippy set out, not really able to do anything with it though. Kazan able to clean it up. Again, not the best shot on target. Burf now having to play this. Not enough boost to get to it, though. It's a bar down shot. Beautiful placement from Dorka. And as I was saying, Rhythm's breathing sigh of relief. Now they are actually down 0-1 in this game, too.
The Senators taking that momentum they had in game 1 and putting it right on into game 2. Dorka doing a lot for this team and really representing for the Senators here in this series. We are definitely seeing a different outcome than we were expecting to start out this series. Will the Rhythm be able to turn it around, or do the Senators have the Rhythm figured out?
Wolf now taking possession, trying to play this, but Cole not having any of it. Dicey now in a bit of an awkward spot. Gets a nice control touch, though. Baits out two offensive players. Kaza not really able to get that at anyone. Wolf now getting harassed in the corner. Dicey there able to follow it up. Wolf, beautiful 50 from Dorka. Burf able to follow that, though. This push from Rhythm is definitely looking promising. Beats one defender. Cole is clearing it out. That's not the best touch, though. Wolf up to the backboard. Kazan's awkward. Burf fakes it. But someone from Senators gets in the way of that play, and Cole clears it out, giving them some breathing room.
Just when you think that the Rhythm might be bringing it back and making their own, way of it, unfortunately, the Senators are keeping it the way that they need it, and they are just stomping on the Rhythm every chance they try to get it in front of goal, and it's teetering. No way! What a save! But it was not enough. Wolf still finds it as it lays dormant in front of goal. My goodness. Right there is one of the reasons why they must have picked up Cole. That angle was ridiculous.
Definitely thinking their fourth defender, the crossbar there to stop that one in front of the net. But can't always rely on a miscommunication, a misplay like that to, keep you in this game. And Rhythm, we're still able to put it away. As I say that, though, that's a beautiful awkward save from Wolf, keeping this game close. Kaza now is trying to keep pressure. Wolf now with 0 boost, 52 Senators offensive players, just not letting them have any of it. And you saw in game 1, the Senators had a lot of offensive pressure. Now, for what I'm seeing in this game too, though, Rhythm have been putting on a lot of the pace here in this game, putting on a lot more shots, keeping possession a lot more. Even when they're on defense, even when they're scrambling, it looks like their counterattacks are quick. That's a very risky pass in front of the net. Burf's able to clean that up. You're wondering, trying to pass it to your teammate midfield, but no one back in time to get to that ball. It's a very, very big misplay. That's going to cost them here.
You got to make sure that you are not miscommunicating at this point in the game. Every moment, every opportunity, every second counts right now. The Senators are up currently 1-0 in this series, but it can slip away from them just as quickly when they have plays like that and the miscommunication playing out.
Both now. It's around 2. Dicey's there to follow it up. Goes back over to Wolf. Is able to 50 it out for Burf. Burf with the shot. Not enough power on it, though, but 2 players come in for Senators. Dicey keeping this one in. Kaza not able to get to the ball in time, but Cole's able to catch it. Wolf with a nice 50. Dorka's able to play it around Burf, who gets a hand up in it. Prevents Dorka from getting a free dribble play. Dicey over 1. Cole not able to get to it in time. Skims the ceiling. Dicey tries to play it under 1. Everyone on Rhythm kind of push up in the same spot right now. Bit of a double commit coming out from Senators. Both teams kind of panicking a little bit here in game 2. Wolf with a huge demo on the back line. Forces 2 people from Senators to go up. Burf with a free ball. Doesn't really get the best touch out. Kaza now playing this out to the sidewall. Wolf a little bit awkward. Still gets a nice pass out. Burf not quite ready for it, though.
The Rhythm starting to really just try to take hold.
Ooh.
Dicey Duda almost getting that in the back of net there, but they're doing a great job. Like I said, just maintaining possession, clearing the field. My goodness. They really just know what they need to do to hold on in this one. Getting it over to Burf, and Burf putting it right back.
That was a beautiful demo play. Wolf not able to get the solo play, but all 3 players on Rhythm, one person isn't scoring it, you can count on the second man to be there. If they're not scoring, you count on their third to put that one away. That has been, both of their goals have been off of that third man playing aggressive, having trust in his teammates to get back in time, and so far it's been working out for him.
Let's see if it can continue to play out for them in this series. As of right now, they are down 1-0 as the Senators took game 1, but they're looking to bring it back 1-1. 56 seconds on the clock. Still plenty of time for the Senators to make a comeback, but as it ticks down, you know, they got to start feeling a certain type of way.
Oh, big whiff from Cole, and Kaza's not able to follow that up. Dorka playing it around 1. Angle not there for the shot, though. Burf able to clear that one. Cole not able to get to this pass in time. Fakes out Wolf, though. Wolf staying on this, not letting him have any space. Dorka with a little bit of an awkward player in the corner. Gets it around Dicey, though. Huge demo. Dicey with a big clear. Gets it past Kaza and just barely. Wolf not able to get the follow-up touch. Wolf not enough boost to really do anything with this. Burf playing it safely into the corner. Wolf puts it down into the back into his corner. Rhythm here just holding on to the defensive line in the last couple seconds of the game, securing it as we go into game 3. This is a tied series, and Rhythm right now having all the momentum.
And let's see, like I said, we saw Senators get the momentum, get the, everything kind of going the way that they needed to there in game 1. We're seeing Rhythm turning it around here in game 2. Nobody is just running away with it, but we're definitely starting to see a shift from one side to another, as in no team is just figuring the other team out so quickly. We're probably going to see some major adjustments coming into game 3, and hopefully the Senators can get back to similar outcome in what they had in game 1. If not, Rhythm's going to continue to pull ahead. Like we said, we thought Rhythm was going to take it 3-1 in this series, but right now it is 1-1, and the Senators don't look like they're just going to fold or lay down lightly.
And you can definitely take some things of your Rhythm. A lot of those times where they had the confidence to have all 3 of their players push all the way up to allow them to get those follow-up shots made it really hard for Senators to get out of their defensive half. If you compare the shots again, I mean, Burf had more than the entire Senator shots combined just by himself. And if you're Dicey as well, he was that demo player. He got that double demo play, which opened up so much space for the rhythm for them as a team. Just definitely want to just keep that consistency going here into game 3, though.
Absolutely. It looks like we had a little bit of miscommunication there at the beginning of the game. We saw one player accidentally join the wrong team. But don't worry, we're perfectly fine. All the players know what their colors are. We're here to see some beautiful, beautiful plays as Cole finds the middle of that net.
A bit used to playing in these lobbies myself, but Cole, beautiful beat around 2 defenders, and Senators take a early 1-goal lead here in game 3. Let's see if Rhythm can turn that around, though. Bit of a neutral kickoff here. Goes to Burf. Puts it around 1. All 3 players pushing up right now in Senators in the midfield. Dicey using the open space, keeping it close. Dorka not letting him have it, though. Wolf, it's a nice 50 on Cole. Cole staying with it. Dicey gets a beautiful beat. Pass out middle to Burf. 2 players going up for Senators to get to it, though. Open field here for Wolf. Puts it up high. Cole's able to read it. A lot of pressure. Seeing what we saw in game 2, a lot of pressure coming from Rhythm right now on the Senators net, but they're not really able to capitalize on some of these the open space they're kind of getting off this pressure, kind of panicking a little bit, getting a little bit desperate sometimes with their shots and their clears, sending it away too early.
Cole on the sidewall trying to get an opportunity going here to keep the Senators up on top. But Wolf tries to drive it downfield. Dorka gets a nice boom downfield, tries to get the second hit. Gets cleared away by the defender. Wolf now takes hold of it once again, trying to get it to his teammate, but it gets kicked away by Kazan. Dorka's there, gets it just wide or not. He gets it off the sidebar and in.
It's a good physical play from Cole, chasing Dicey all the way across the field, giving him a taste of his own medicine there. Puts Senators up 2-0 in this game, but if you're Rhythm, there's definitely a lot of time left to bring this one back, and definitely not impossible to do. To say that, a lot of pressure generated off this kickoff right away. Dicey putting it into the corner, pass out middle to Wolf. Wolf with a shot on target, just wide. Baits out 1 defender, though. Demo chasing Collier to get him off the ball. Oh, it's big double commit. Luckily, rolls into their corner, though. Dorka off the ceiling, not able to do anything with it. Wolf a bit too wide out. Burf clears it out, but Cole's ready for it. Wolf now into the corner. Kazan tries to control the ball, gets it around 2. It's a huge dunk. Dicey's not ready for it. Bit of a scramble back here. Luckily gets a pinch out to buy him some time. Cole pass out middle, 2 wide. Wolf now, the ceiling to himself. Can't really get anything from it. Dicey, the Kazan off the backboard, but Dicey's there to read it. Wolf now just, you see a lot, like it feels like the ball is on Senators. Oh, is he rips Burf? Was about to say they're not converting, but as I say that, Burf rips one from midfield on target, catching Senators off guard.
I think Burf might have just saved you from a caster curse right there. That was a beautiful shot from midfield, finding the mark. You're now seeing the Rhythm coming back. Like we said, this game is not over. It is not gone. It is not away. There's still a lot of opportunity here. There's only 1-1 in this series. No team has been any better than the other yet. But somebody still has to come out on top. And right now, the Senators are up 2-1. 2:19 on the clock. Cole, that's been a name we've heard a lot tonight. He's been a talk of discussion as we've talked about that trade that happened right there. Early April is when the cutoff happened. Cole and Papo getting moved around, and Cole's been definitely making a name for himself here for the Senators tonight.
And yeah, definitely showing that it was not a mistake for Senators to trade away their player, showing that he can fill that role. That's a beautiful passing play out middle. Dicey slots it top left. What more can you ask for this passing play? It's just absolutely picture perfect.
His name says Dicey Doodah, but his play said Zippity Doodah Day as he hit that top left corner, and they are back 2-2. 1:48 on the clock, and we got a ball game.
Dicey a bit awkward now. Can't get this save. Dorka slots that bottom right. Senators answering back quick. You're saying It's not going to be easy for you, Rhythm. You're going to need to put another one in our net if you want this to go to OT. Bit of an unfortunate bounce there in the corner. Happens to the best of us. See Rhythm, how they're going to bounce back for this, if they even bounce back for it. Another kickoff not going in the favor of Rhythm. Murphy gets beat to the ball, but gets a demo here. Wolf with a lot of space. Is it over 1? Gets it around 2, actually, with that flick. Wolf now, just for the demo, can't quite get it. Cole's able to fill in the gap. They're able to clear it out. Burf now passing back. Not the best touch. Dicey again on the back line, has to make a save and does. Wolf now, the sidewall. 2 players going up for Rhythm and leaving Dicey again back by himself, but he's able to handle the pressure. Kazan a bit awkward. Dicey with a beautiful dunk on the ball. Burf now has to get a beat here. Gets a beat over 1. Kazan's awkward. Gets a touch though. Goes out middle. Dicey's there for the shot and it goes in. Picked literally just almost the same exact play coming from both these 2 players. What was only 30 seconds ago. Pass out from the left corner from Burf over to Dicey, and Dicey slots it.
Dicey doing a great job keeping the rhythm in this one. Can he continue to get the rhythm where they need to be on top of the Senators? Dicey Duda almost getting the hat trick there. I'm waiting for it. I got plenty of hats. Let's see it happen.
Dicey right now is, as again, literally just saying it, playing both offense and defense beautifully for Rhythm right now. They trust him to leave him all the way back as third to defend these shots, and they trust him as well to lurk up midfield for these passing plays. And so far, he's been doing both amazingly. He has only really conceded 1 goal where it was kind of just a 1v1. Other than that, his shots and his passes have been on point this game. And again, so is his defense. So he's doing everything right now for Rhythm.
Burf gonna kick it off that sidewall, tries to set himself up. Another one, almost with that double tap. A beautiful play set up there, but unfortunately was not enough. Wolf gonna try to get up top, and Dorka disrupts him as we dwindle down. Tick, tick, tick. Will we see overtime? Ball still alive. It is still zeros on the clock, and we see a little bit of miscommunication there by the Senators. It is, in fact, overtime. Who do we see coming out on top in this one? Have you seen one team step up more than the other? It looks like a nice dribble play. Dicey Duda trying to get something going here. But how are you feeling, Ari, about this one?
I feel like Rhythm right now are having a lot of momentum here on their offensive game as Kazan's put an awkward spot, but he gets an amazing save into a nice catch. Lopez can't really do anything with, though. As I was saying, Rhythm just feel like they have a lot of momentum here coming from the game that they just won, as well as, you know, Senators having a lead for most of this game. Wolf with a beautiful flipper. He's at top. Oh my goodness, top bar down in. Amazing clutch play. That is definitely going in his highlight reel over the entire Senators defense.
Hey, I just want to say, if there's any way you want to win a game, I think that's how you want to win the game. If anybody's jaw didn't just drop on that one, like literally I had to it felt like a cartoon. I had to roll it back up, put my tongue back in my mouth, you know, get the ratchet my jaw back up. Like, my goodness, was that a play? And that is what you like to see from your players at this point in the ball game. My goodness. I thought Dicey Duda might have been the one to make that last play, but no, Wolf wanted a little bit of piece of the action. We got 9 shots on goal to 8 shots on goal, so pretty similar stat line right there. The exact same stat line for saves. However, the goals is where it changed. Wolf had a plan of his own, found the mark, and made it happen.
He said, you know what? We've been doing passing plays this entire game. It's working. I'm going to put the entire team on my back, put it over the entire Senators defense with all myself, and definitely pulled it off. And you know, if your Rhythm, that shows how deep your bag is. You can do these midfield passing plays. You can do these nice follow-ups. But you can also just, you know, solo the entire team. It doesn't matter. Their offense is just on a different level of Senators right now, and they're feeling it. That's definitely a show of confidence. That's definitely a twice in a row. That's definitely a show of... They have a pause here coming from the players.
We had a crash
game. Roller.
All right, so we are going to take a quick momentary break while we work through this. Give us a moment of your time, and we'll be right back into the action. All right, the lobbies are back up and ready to go. We got all the teams back in here. We are ready for the action. Right now, the Rhythm are up 2-1 in this series, looking to seal it out. But the Senators continue to keep knocking on the Rhythm's door, setting a little bit of tune of their own as they want to continue pushing on through and not ending in that lower bracket. So we'll see what happens as here's the kickoff.
If you're Rhythm right now, there's no better momentum boost. Oh my goodness, Dorka pulling off a solo play of his own, trying to show that Wolf isn't the only one that can pull those off, but Rhythm's not having any of it. Rhythm has all the momentum in the world right now. No better way to end a overtime than with a beautiful solo play coming from one of your players. Wolf trying to do it again, over to Burp. Tries to put it back over to Wolf, freestyling right now in these lobbies. The confidence is sky high right now for Rhythm. And they're making Senators just look like just the casual people you go up against with your team when you're just trying to freestyle. They're making them look silly. They're making them look like they're not on the same playing field. Able to put that one away. Kaza and everyone on Senators kind of in the same corner. Wolf slots that bar down again. He is on a roll. That is a heat check and a half, and he passes it.
And we'll take this one out of Ricky Bobby's book. If you ain't first, you're last. And he was both in that case. He finished last point in the last game and first point in this game. Wolf setting the tone for the Rhythm and really putting them on top as they look to seal out the Senators on this game point match of this best of 5 series.
Maybe even say he's setting the rhythm for the Rhythm. But yeah, definitely just all the momentum in the world right now from Rhythm. Not only are you down a goal right now if you're Senators, but you're also down a confidence level that is at an insane amount. It's basically like trying to climb up from the Grand Canyon at this point. As they try to get that momentum starting to go. Looks like it's not affecting them. Storka slots that one top left with a beautiful pass from Cole.
Cole once again showing why he is a factor on this Senators team. We've seen some beautiful pass plays. We've seen some beautiful defensive plays. Definitely stepping it up and trying to make some noise here for St. Paul, as he was only picked up just a couple weeks back in that trade that we talked about between Papo and Cole.
Burf now with a nice 50, kind of pinching almost on net. Dicey's there for the shot, and it goes in. Again, this, usually you don't want the ball going in the corner here. Traditionally in Rocket League, it's not the best spot, but Burf showing that is his home turf on offense. Almost all of his passes have come from that left corner, and it's almost always been a Dicey who just absolutely slots it every single time.
He sent it on over. He gave him the sheet music, and he said, "Play me a song, Mr. Piano Man," and boy, did he. As once again, Wolf is trying to get it downfield, gets it up there for Dicey Duda, who launches it downfield. Cole tries to grab hold, but you give it right to Wolf. That is dangerous.
Burf now with a shot. Dorcas there to cut it off, though. Dicey keeping the ball in, though, for Rhythm, not letting Senators breathe at all. Dicey trying to get a 50. Kazan sending it away, not able to quite clear it out for Senators just yet. Dorka finally getting some possession here. Flicks it around one end of the corner, bounces up high. Dicey with a beautiful read. Kazan cuts off the redirect pass from Wolf. Wolf looking to starve them. Burf with a shot, dunked off the backboard. No one there for Rhythm to follow it up. Wolf into the corner. Dicey keeping it in here, just trying to hang on to this ball, trying to hang on to this lead with just a little under half the game left. Burf with a quick beat on the ball. Kazan able to block off the net in time, though. Dorka clearing it out. Wolf ready for this. Oh, that's such an unfortunate touch, and it slots it bottom right. Oh, no.
I'm just going to say this. The Rhythm had a lot of momentum coming into this game 4, and right there, I think the whole crowd went hush as they saw that accidental goal. Let's see if the Rhythm can reset the tone for themselves, or is that the one that will really break the back? Will the Senators be able to come back and get it set at a 2-2 series? It's anyone's ball game with 2 minutes remaining on the clock.
I mean, for Wolf, you are definitely the solo player here, whether it's on their net or your own, apparently. He's able to score the ball from almost any position. And now just trying to maybe slow down a little bit. You're getting a little bit cocky, you know, blood starting to flow. You're getting confident, but you don't want to, you know, go for too much risky stuff. As Wolf almost aired it, but the redirect reads the bounce off the backboard. There's a double commit, triple commit. And Dicey, again, slotting it past all 3 players. He is the janitor on aisle 7 right now for Rhythm, cleaning up any pass, any miss, any double commit coming from Senators.
I mean, kind of reminds me a little bit like Kenny G, because he is smooth out here. It's like he's laying down that smooth jazz right now. You know, they know what the rhythm is. They know what the tune is. They know what's going on right now. And the Rhythm are really starting to put it all together. I don't know if the Senators are going to be able to really turn it around with the minute 30, because even if they score here, it just seems like the Rhythm will find an opportunity to get it right back.
Burf now looking to make this a 2-goal lead, but Senators able to get in the way that in time. Dorka up high over to Kazan, blocked off by Burf, though. Dicey having to place one in this corner, leaves it. Cole, beautiful slot from Dorka, as Cole with a nice layoff to his teammate, and we have a tie game yet again.
And there's that goal that we were talking about. Like I said, I think they'll bring it back to a 3-3, but now with a minute remaining, this is essentially like a 2-minute drill in football. Who's been the hotter team? You literally got 6 shots on goal for Dorka alone in regards to 7 shots on goal for the Rhythm. So it's been one player putting out all the output offensively for the Senators, and that can be shut down. Can you shut down 3 players that have been working in tandem all game, all series? This is the time to step it up if you're the Senators. Otherwise, you're going to be stepping it out, and you're going to be stepping it down to that lower bracket.
Wolf puts it up high, gets a bump on the backboard, but Kazan's able to jump through it. Burf beats 2. It's an open net. Kazan's able to get there in time. Dicey can't get the read. Burf puts it up high. Awkward for everyone on Senators to send 2 players at the ball. Wolf over to the backboard. Sorry, sidewall. Plays it to himself. Gets it over 2. Leaves it for Dicey. Dicey beats 1. Burf's there for the shot. It's open! And Rhythm take a 1-goal lead with 10 seconds left. Unbelievable 3-man passing play.
I think you're missing something, though, Ari. I think you're missing the hat trick by Dicey Do. Was literally handed to him by Burf. Burf getting 3 assists. All of them, I'm pretty sure, were Dicey Do putting them in. It has been a tandem of the day.
Again, what I talked about after that insane game 3 that we had, it feels like Rhythm's offense is so deep. They have
the passing plays, but they also have Wolf that can just carry it all by himself, and that is just salt in the wound there for Rhythm, sealing this game up, putting any doubters away there with the 0-second passing play goal. Again, what two players was it? It was Burf and Dicey. It was those two. They are just linking up again and again.
Hey, it's like they were like, Burf, we feel bad. You know, Dicey's like, hey, I'm sorry I took that last goal. Let me get you one more before the end of the game. We got to make sure we put one on the board for you before the game is over. Man took 7 shots on goal. Can we just say that? And then finally puts one in at the end. But his level of confidence just continue, keep on going back and back and back and trying to create that opportunity for his team. I'm telling you right now, this Rhythm team is a little scary if you ask me.
Again, it is just having that depth on offense, not only just to have that pressure of those passing plays that is absolutely horrid to try to read and defend, but also those momentum swings, flip resending it over your entire team. There's nothing more demoralizing than getting sent into a highlight reel. And Rhythm have all of it. They don't just have one. They don't have, solo plays. They don't have passes. They have all of it. The whole stock, the entire shelf, the entire aisle section of offense they bought, and they have all of it.
Absolutely. And both of these series were definitely some good contenders, some really high-level plays. Wolf obviously getting, to me, thus far, the play of the day with that beautiful, beautiful reset top shelf and down. I don't even know what to call it, but it was beautiful. And it was definitely something that you like to see at this level. But I'm just going to say this real quick. These were some amazing matches, and I look forward to seeing how the rest of these teams play out. However, myself and Ori will not be the one picking up the pieces as we go forward. We're going to be handing it off to Fiddlesticks and Miami when we come back from the break. Still waiting to see who the matchups are that we're going to be seeing, but hang tight. We'll be back in the action. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you.
Just skeletons and closet walls, waiting for the day to break out and watch you fall. And while you drown inside your high tide of misery, my heart breaks from the way It's funny how the world keeps turning. Stars like ladders in the sky keep burning, burning. It's crazy how the storms keep raging. And I'm here trying to keep my heart from aching. It's funny how the world keeps turning. But here with you, it's like my life's returning. Whoa, it's crazy how we're not just falling. But I'm losing balance here, my heart's gone all in, all in. Starlight burning in the night sky. This feels like a lifetime moment with you. One day things will turn out better. We could be together. We could be together underneath the stars. We could be together. We could be together underneath the stars. When I see you, I see forever. And when I'm with you, we could go wherever. It's crazy, I don't feel the pressure. So take me with you on a new adventure. Starlight burning in the night sky. This feels like a lifetime moment with you. One day things will turn out better. We could be together. We could be together underneath the stars. We could be together. We could be together. It's starlight burning in the night sky. This feels like a lifetime moment with you. One day things will turn out better. We could be together. We could be together underneath the stars.
I carried you home, taking all the weight off your shoulders. Now we're long gone, falling into 1 year older. It's funny how our love began when I was sober. Now I stumble in a room where nobody else cares. Now
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back for the third game of the evening. in the Challenger Day 1 Major. Right now we have the upper semis coming at you with Burnsville Inferno taking on the Minnetonka Barons. I'm really looking forward to this one. We have a couple of really high-seeded teams going at it, both coming off, I think Burnsville coming off a 3-1 and the Barons coming off a 3-0 series win right before this. I'm joined today on the desk for the first time tonight, so take it easy on him, but joined by Miami. Miami, how are you feeling about the series? I know you're a member of one of these franchises, so we may see a little bias coming out of you tonight, but that's okay. What are your thoughts coming into the series?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited to see my boys make a run. Yeah, I'm excited to see some high level gameplay and hoping it'll be a game series.
Yeah,
a
that's
good
right.
series.
No, absolutely. We I think this is, there's a really good case for a 5-game series right here. But, at the end of the day, it's whatever happens on the field. These guys have been playing together for a while now. All of that preseason, early season stuff, they should be gelling. At the same time, we know Burnsville picked up BK Whopper not that long ago, new player to the team. Is there going to be any kind of lag still happening there, or is Burnsville going to, jump off and be ready to go from the whistle?
I think Burnsville, I think they're a good team. All of them have great individual skill, and I think that they definitely have the solo potential to get it done. It's just a question of if they can really gel together and get it done as a team.
Absolutely. I think we are just waiting for the last bit of the players making sure that they are ready to hop into the match. Otherwise, we are, as I said, we're in the upper bracket semifinals. So we've already seen a few teams get knocked down to the lowers. I think we'll have a lower semi or a lower quarterfinal match happening after this one for the nightcap. But to kind of take us back through a little bit of the results that we've been seeing this evening as we wait for the players to jump in, we've seen Minneapolis beat Mankato, coming in from that 8 seed, beating the number 1 seed, forcing Mankato to drop down into that lower bracket. I think that was a big 3-1 victory coming out of Minneapolis. I wasn't able to catch the series myself, but any thoughts on your side there, that Minneapolis coming up from the 8 seed, taking down number 1? All right, it looks like the players are ready to go. We're jumping into game 1 here as we start off in this upper semis. A quick start coming out of the Minnetonka Barons, trying to put some pressure on early. Mimic going up for a ball, trying to take a second himself. He does, but he puts it off the crossbar instead. Timmy following up, but BK is going to drop back, not allowing Timmy to do a whole lot. Mamba there with a nice control touch. The ball does get away from him, and Etro plays it into the middle, but doesn't have a teammate. Long clear, fortunately not on target, as Minnetonka didn't really have their third man fully back in position. BK Whopper with an opportunity on goal. We have another missed ball coming out of Minnetonka, another missed play, and then Mimic finally buries it. A couple of early jitters coming out from both of these teams, Miami. What do you think about that first 30 seconds?
That was a good offensive push from the Inferno, a great 50 to push out 2 of the defenders from BK Whopper, and a good finish from Mimic.
Absolutely. It's I don't think that's where that Minnetonka wanted to start, as Mimic comes in with another ball just sitting in the midfield, buries it for his second goal, Burnsville's second goal, and suddenly 40 seconds in, we have a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate touch from Timmy, and Mimic had the speed and capitalized on the open net.
And here with our third kickoff of the match starting off, Renbo pushes it into the Burnsville side, trying to follow Mimic back, isn't really able to do so. Etro gets a play off his back wall, but gets demoed for his trouble. Whopper with an opportunity in the middle that Renbo shuts away. We're a minute into this game right now, and we just have not seen Minnetonka have any control so far.
Yeah, Minnetonka is kind of struggling to get out of their defensive half. Some great offensive pressure coming out from the Inferno, as Mimic will get a beat over Timmy. Renbo back up to Mimic. An unfortunate miss. A good bump from Renbo, and pass out from BK Whopper. Timmy to the corner. And some control from
Mimic now trying to play it down, taking a 50 on his own side. dropping for BK Whopper, who's able to get a nice touch clear around, trying to play off the ceiling, still has his flip, isn't really able to do a ton with it. Mamba throwing one into the middle, can Timmy get a touch? He backflips instead. Etro throws it away to the sidewall, getting out of danger, but Whopper does get a good demo there on Timmy, and Mimic with a boost steal in the top corner. They're really looking at their boost starving, keeping them out of the play as Mamba throws a shot on target, barely saved. Mimic going for the double. Does he have it? He does, and that's a beautiful finish by Mimic for the hat trick only 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that was a beautiful first touch from Mimic to get it to the backboard. And just a nice slot over Rembo.
Yeah, it's fortunate he ended up finishing that. He had a little bit of a double commit from his teammate coming over his shoulder, so that's a good finish to make sure they don't get pressured on a counterattack on the other side.
Yeah, a great kickoff here from Inferno, getting possession. Mimic commits. Timmy has it shut down though, over to Rembo. BK Whopper, unfortunate miss. Rembo still on. Over Mamba. Mimic has him shut down though. Mamba gets a nice 50 in the back. A great shot from Timmy though.
Yeah, absolutely. Timmy there in a really good position, kind of almost plays the ball off the ceiling, kind of looking for it himself. Etro gets a nice 50 though to finish it off. That was just some really good consistent play there and keeping the pressure on. You know, that's an instance where it was really a team effort and just more a 30-second goal, even though the goal is scored in one moment, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Getting back into it though. Etro with a nice 50 off the left wall, off the backboard. BK has it clear, out to Mimic. Mimic leaves it for BK. Etro to Rembo. Timmy got a 50. And Timmy will control it over to the right wall. It really looks like the Barons are keeping it a little bit closer right now, and it's giving them some more opportunities on the offensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. They're trying to control the game. You know, they're a little bit of this speed has gotten away from them. You know, they've given up 3 really quick goals there to start the match, and I think it really feels like they're trying to slow play down a little bit as Mamba goes with a flip reset, but Etro's able to throw it off of his back wall. Mimic, though, cuts out a whole lot of opportunity for them to break out of their zone. Timmy does get a good touch, and there was a boost steal there at midfield that keeps the boost advantage with the Barons. Mimic, though, he takes it across, does not beat Rembo on the wall, but Rembo just throws it away to Whopper, who goes up. Etro misses. Mimic with the fake, perhaps the miss, hard to tell exactly what. Mamba, though, unable to put on target as Rembo is scrambling to get back in front of that. It looks like Timmy here is going to be able to take a touch off the sidewall with some boost. Out now as Whopper meets him in mid-air to go ahead and send the ball back to midfield. We've had a little bit more of a midfield battle here as Etro takes a backflip there, but neither team here in the past minute or so really able to get a lot of possession or threatening possession.
Yeah, for sure. It really looks like the Barons are stepping up here and giving the Inferno some competition, especially in the midfield, whereas Etro is able to take it over. It's an open net for Rembo. Unfortunately, couldn't get the double tap. Mamba controlling. Over 1. A great stop by Etro. BK Whopper controlling in the corner. Etro will get a touch. Over to Mimic. BK Whopper has a free touch here. Off back wall. Looking for Mamba. Couldn't get it through Etro. Timmy looking for anything to get out of the defensive half here. Looking for Etro in the middle. Shut down. Mamba got it. Saved away by Etro. And it's looking like it might go the way of the Inferno in game 1 here.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, as we are just waiting for the ball to touch down at the end of game 1. Game 1 is going to go to the Inferno as they, you know, put the pressure on early and then just kind of held serve from that point on. They ended up, you know, they only sitting there with 8 shots. You know, sometimes when you see some of these dominant games, you're seeing 12, 13 shots, but they held the Barons to 4 shots. They really seemed like they shut down the midfield. And for the most part, the Inferno were just, yeah, they were able to kind of control the pace of the game from top to bottom. I mean, Renbo, I know points aren't everything, but Renbo with 58 points, if you're him, you'd definitely like to see yourself get into the game a little bit more.
Yeah, just like, it's a lot of just looking for opportunities, especially passing ones to get out of the defensive end for Barons, I think would help. But looking at the Inferno, they just have 8 shots. They're looking great on the offensive end, and it's looking like they just have almost all of the offensive pressure in this series so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's last night I was casting and we saw a reverse sweep here in this round of the tournament down in the Rising Star League, and so it looked like after games 1 and 2 anything could, there was no way it was going to be reverse sweep, but we saw one at the same time. So anything can happen after game 1. Game 1, very much these teams feeling each other out. But I think if you're the Inferno, you have to be pretty happy with that showing and the way that you controlled the pace of the game and controlled the possession.
Yeah, as we're getting into game 2 here, though, it's an opportunity for the Barons to tie up the series, and obviously the Inferno doesn't want that to happen. Over in the corner from Mamba, great shot, saved away by Etro. Good 50 from Mimic, up in the air, off the ceiling. Mamba gets a 50. Etro awkward here off the back wall. BK, great dunk. Timmy with the touch to the corner. Looks like he'll probably control this here. Looking to get over one, can't. Mamba shuts him down. Mimic to the middle. BK Whopper, got it. It looks like, again, like the Barons are struggling to get out of their defensive end, and just a barrage of shots coming out from the Inferno.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a couple of really good passing opportunities and some better saves at the end of the day coming out from the Barons. It's a little bit of a product. Seems like they're having some boost stolen on them, but they're also just trying to slow play a little out of their own zone. The Barons are, and right now Burnsville is they're challenging quick. They're not throwing a whole lot of fake challenges out, and that's really stopping the Barons from getting out of their zone. As we see another ball 50'd out on a really quick challenge, they're just pressuring so high up the field. And right now the Barons just looking for any opportunity to get out of the zone. As we have a shot coming in from BK Whopper at the end of what felt like a minute and a half of consistent pressure. I don't even know if we saw the ball go to the other half of the field. Finally, we have a finish coming out from BK Whopper.
Yeah, that was just a bunch of boost control coming out from Inferno on the orange half, and just a great, and which created an opening for BK Whopper to find a nice shot to slot it into the net. It does look like the Barons might get out of their side here, though. Taken away by Mimic to Mamba. Oh, Mamba over 1. Pass 2. It's an open net for Mamba.
Instead, Mamba just goes ahead and lets that one drift in as he went ahead and took that 50 there and decided my work here is done as he watches the ball slowly drift in. That's just, you see the Barons, they're trying to get out of the zone, so they all push pretty high up the field, but then where's their third man? Where's their last guy back who just doesn't take a good touch, and he's kind of out of position, and here we are sitting 2-0, 2 minutes into the game. If you're the Barons, I'm not sure what you're feeling like you need to change here. It almost seems like everything.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like Inferno just they have that good team chem and that they've been able to build in such a short amount of time from BK Whopper joining. And it just looks like their individual prowess, it's just keeping them on the offensive end on this Baron squad. And as Mimic takes it to the air, Etro over to Rembo. It's over in the blue side now. Mamba with a great touch to the corner, taken away. Mimic off the back wall. Couldn't find anything. BK Whopper trying. It looks like the Inferno is really just trying anything to get out of their half now. It's almost like the tables have really turned here on Forbidden Temple about halfway through the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you're exactly right. It seems like this ball now is just locked in the Inferno side, but the Inferno are really handling the pressure well, I would have to say. I don't feel like they're panicking. We saw one double commit there come out, but other than that, they seem to be communicating well. As all 3 players, as I say that, end up in the same corner, but at the same time, they are able to get the clear. Mamba, though, dropping back. Renbo demoed Mimic behind the play, so they have to be a little concerned. That's a really nice win at midfield, though, to play it for Mamba, who doesn't have the boost to follow for a double. Almost doesn't need it as Mimic throws the shot on target, but Timmy gets a good save for the Savior Award with his 3rd save of the match already. A long bang downfield, and this is exactly what we've been seeing with the Barons, pushing up, getting a little bit pulled out of position, and instead, the Inferno not leaving that 3rd man back. Mimic getting a little bit greedy. Mamba maybe getting greedy for boost, and suddenly you have an open net behind you, 2-1.
Yeah, that was a great look from Rembo to see that the Inferno had the 3rd man pushed up, and that was just a great look and a great shot to put it in the blue net there. As we do see the Inferno putting some pressure on it, a great double tap from Mimic. That was some great control, area control on the back to read it off the back wall there.
Yeah, that is just a really good response too. If you're Burnsville, you know, you gave up a goal that is just a weak goal at the end of the day. It's more of a position thing than getting beat by, you know, an individual player, and instead to turn around and put in that kind of performance from Mimic on the really classy double tap. That's got to feel good as Renbo tries to go ahead and get it back once more, loses the race to the boost, but does get a bump that keeps possession from heading out of the zone. BK Whopper trying to fake Timmy, does fake Timmy a little bit, but Timmy's able to stay with the play as BK Whopper retreats back into his own zen, and Renbo going for maybe a double tap of his own. Mamba, though, is able to clear up after we have a bit of a miss from BK Whopper on the back wall. Etro, no boost, but still wants to be, you know, annoying, get in the play, see if he can make something happen. With 30 seconds left, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Barons push up, try to get one goal here in the next 10 or 15. Otherwise, they're going to go down 2-0.
Yeah, it's like almost like Barons need a desperation push. It's just looking like game 2 will go the way of the Inferno as well, with them being down 3-1 with 8 seconds left. It's really just more great offensive pressure from the Inferno, as they'll just get a go-ahead goal.
Yeah, go ahead and just put the seal on this one as BK Whopper makes a nice play off the ceiling. Mimic, perfect position. Bit of a garbage time goal, but at the same time, a very nicely teamworked goal. And you can't take anything away from them from that one. But we will end, likely, game 2 with a 4-1 scoreline going to the Inferno, unless we see something special, which not quite there. So we end game 2 with the Inferno taking a 2-0 lead. Really, if I, you know, sitting here in the at the desk, you see the Inferno put up 5, 9, 12 shots to the Barons 4. The Barons don't have an answer right now. You know, like they picked up an easy goal, but this looks like the Inferno's series to absolutely sweep. I don't even know if I see the Barons picking up a game here, but you can make the case. What do you think, Miami? Can you make the case, I would say, for a 1-game win from the Barons?
Yeah, I can definitely see it happening. They just have to find a consistent way to get it out of their own half and really put the pressure on Inferno instead of just being boost starved in their own half. It's not really a great position to be in, stuck in your own half with 12, maybe 24 boost and unable to get it out. That's just, you're not going to win games, and you have to find a way to put it in the other opponent's net.
Yeah, absolutely. As we jump into game 3 here, the kickoff going the way of the Inferno, as Mimic is going to start another play, looking for some more individual spectacular play. Instead, we get a demo on the back end. Renbo takes out Mamba, but BK Whopper is able to get back before anything too dangerous can happen. Etro plays the ball out with a good 50 by Whopper. I don't think Whopper has a lot to chase the ball, so he goes for that boost instead, leaving the ball for Timmy to get a flip reset. Can't do a whole lot with it. He does throw it off the backboard. Etro also off the backboard. Mamba with a nice delay to get the ball around one. Mimic with a beautiful follow for a 1-0 lead. It's exactly how they want to start the game 30 seconds in.
Yeah, of course. That was a great pop from Mamba, and then another great pop from Mimic to put it in the net. It was great team play we're seeing here from the Inferno. It looks like they've really put in the work since BK joining, and it looks like, unless Renbo with a great beat on the goal line.
Yeah, a little bit slow coming off the kickoff from, who was it that was back? BK Whopper went to go get boost, but wasn't quite fast enough back into the play, as Renbo's just able to throw one right over top. 35 seconds gone, we have a tie game once again, as we jump back into the action in game 3. Finally, we see a little bit of initiative taken from Minnetonka, though Mimic may have an answer. He doesn't, as he whiffs off of a open ball on the backboard. Mimic taking it into his own zone after a teammate of his gets demoed, but we do have a team bump there that's making things a bit awkward. Etro throws one high, not a lot of boost on the Burnsville side. BK Whopper, though, able to make a play a little bit out of the danger zone. Mimic just getting a soft touch, looking for that corner boost that's not there. It leaves the net wide open, as no one on that side had boost. We finally see some boost starving coming out of Minnetonka, and it results in a goal and a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, it's almost as if the script has been flipped, as the Barons, they look like they have almost all of the pressure in this game. It's just completely opposite of what we've seen the rest of the series.
It is always stunning how a third game, when you have a 2-0 lead, just feels like one of the hardest games to win, and both from a caster side and from a player side. It's just, the pressure is just so high for some reason on the team that has the 2-goal lead instead of the other direction. You would think it would go the other way, but here we are with a 1-goal lead for the Barons, as the Inferno are going to try to stem the tide, see if they can get one back here in the next couple of minutes, tie the game back up as Whopper takes a 50 in his own corner. Mamba follows the play up, gets a pop, but is just going to throw it as far as Renbo, who only goes as far as BK Whopper, who follows his touch into the air. He's met midair by Etro, who's throwing one off the back wall. Mamba with a soft touch trying to clear, but instead Timmy is able to collect in his offensive zone. Renbo with a touch to unfortunately no one. It was a bit of a threatening ball into the middle, but there wasn't really anyone there. You said it earlier, the script was flipped. We feel just locked in this Inferno side, and there's not a whole lot that they can do to get out with any kind of possession or boost.
Yeah, for sure. It almost looks like the Barons have realized that they're in a series. This is a real game, and they're looking great now. They're looking to win this. They're looking for the reverse sweep, as Etro with a nice pop. Mimic shuts him down, back to Renbo. Mamba over to BK Whopper. Whopper with some great control. Fly ball. Team bump coming out from Mimic. Mamba with the great 50 on Timmy. Renbo looking for an air dribble. Shot from Mimic. Taken away by Timmy though. Mamba in the corner. Renbo with a great stop. Whopper. Then Mimic back to Whopper. Whopper controlling. Taken away by Renbo. And Etro just looking to keep the ball on the Inferno side, and it looks like the Inferno has really like locked in on what the Barons are doing this game, and it looks like they're really trying to battle back and take the reins of this series again.
Absolutely. This has been a really good showing from the Barons. They're just as I say that, we have a ball float over top with BK Whopper getting the finish. He just kind of throws a ball off the side wall, and no one from the Barons is able to challenge. Renbo just kind of misplays it and is a little too slow, as we finally get that tie game comeback with 1:20 left. That really feels like a goal that was against the run of play as we kick off here. Just over a minute remaining in game 3. The sweep's still alive for the Inferno, but the Barons really hoping to avoid that, at least get this to a game 4, get themselves going. And they've finally gotten their offense started this match, but Whopper's going to throw in towards the net. Timmy takes a touch to himself, is able to get up fast to get the save, but is anyone going to be back for this one? No, Timmy is not able to get around, as Mamba just shoots a trickler across, going at 37 miles an hour, barely beating the Barons defense.
Yeah, that was a great demo from BK Whopper to really open up the back there. And it makes it so that the Inferno, they just have to wait and make the Barons come to them with this 1-goal lead. And really looks like this sweep could happen. But the Barons are still knocking on the door. They still want to win the series, of course. As Etro booms it away. Mimic with a great touchdown to BK Whopper. BK Whopper, great 50 onto Timmy. Good boom to keep control. Over to Etro. Mamba popping it to BK Whopper. Great touch by BK. Mamba will leave it for Mimic. BK Whopper there. Shot. It's a goal. Up
What?
2 goals in this third game.
Yeah, just what a great 50 there by Mimic to set up BK Whopper. BK Whopper with a great read, probably great comms coming out in his headset as well to get up as fast as he could. As he buries top right, 2-goal lead, 8 seconds left. Things look quite bleak unless we see a goal right off this kickoff, which it doesn't look like we will, as Renbo does not get that boost. And with 1 second remaining, that is gonna be it until, as we wait for the ball to touch down, Mimic trying to get one more. Instead, the Inferno take the series in a sweep. This was, I think, the 2 versus 3 seed game that we had here, coming out in a sweep for the Inferno. Barons getting dropped down to the lower division, and that is going to be the night for these two teams, or at least the night for now for these two teams.
Yep, just a great series coming out from the Inferno. They really showed up, started off strong, ended strong. It looked great all the way through. And they deserve their spot here in the winners finals.
Absolutely. We on the other side of the bracket, we did at the same time have Minneapolis beat the Rhythm. So again, that 8 seed making it all the way through to the winners upper bracket final. They'll be taking on this Burnsville Inferno team that we just watched, I believe later next week. So stay tuned for the Challenger division as we continue to go through. Miami, it's been great to cast with you. Wonderful job for your first time at the desk. Any last words from you before we wrap it up for this game?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been definitely experience and a learning experience. But yeah, it's been great meeting you, and yeah, I had fun.
All right. Well, stick around. We have one more game coming up this evening. Stick around to watch, and thanks for joining.
coming at you like monsters in the night, and you feel the danger that makes you wanna hide. When the cards are stacked against you and you're standing on the edge, now's the time, now's the time. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need her, I need her. When the darkness comes and we're overrun, yeah, I need her. That's when we need each other. 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 When you're falling faster and don't know where you are, you feel the danger closer than your heart. When the weight is getting heavy and the future is unsteady, close your eyes, close your eyes. Think about all the dreams you keep inside. Think about all the ones you love. I know this beating heart will be my guide. I know that we can overcome. When the world's so cold and we're losing hope, I need her, I need her. When the darkness comes and we're overrun, yeah, I need her. That's when we need each other. 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 That's when we need each other.
I know it's coincidental, but I'm getting kinda mental. Cause every time I'm busy, yeah, your mood goes straight south. When I try to reassemble, and you're not feeling level, but I can't be the only one that's helping you out. I didn't apply to sacrifice all of myself to you. Oh, and all of my time was wasted trying to be there to get you through. Oh, I'm working the night shift, spending all of my time helping your mind shift while I'm losing mine. Working the night shift, think I'm going blind. Cause every time you're crying, I can't see right. Clocking in till I'm all worked out. I got a psychic now, yeah, with a therapy couch. Pay you attention like I pay my rent. And when the last sun sank, got a brand new deck. Try to give you the benefit, give you all of my credit, but I think we come to the end of it. You've been maxing it out. I don't have much to give. Oh, I'm working the night shift, spending all of my time helping your mind shift while I'm losing mine. Working the night shift, think I'm going blind. Cause every time you're crying, I can't see right. You fall asleep too fast.
I hope my head don't crash. Don't think that I can last. You're supportive. Sometimes I need the same. Been falling through my brain. I gave myself away. 'Cause I need you. I thought this was a two-way track. Turned around and now there's no way back. Close my eyes and drift away. Oh, I'm working the night shift, spending all of my time. Helping your mind shift while I'm losing mine. Working the night shift, think I'm going blind. 'Cause every time you're crying, I can't see right.
We stand and watch the world go up in flames. We fight for love until we die in vain. When the sky is getting dark and we're broken in our hearts, when we build our own demise, from the ashes we will rise. When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground? When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground? Be my solid We look off the edge till the waves come crashing in, and we say our goodbyes to the tides that might have been. When the sky is getting dark and we're broken in our hearts, when we build our own demise, from the ashes we will rise. When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground? When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground? When the world is falling down, will you be my solid ground? Came from a broken home. I've seen so many people go. Learn to make it on my own. It's easier for me to be alone. So how are you? Keep cutting through, claiming you're not like the other guys. And the color fades, the pain erased, and we're naked.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a new friend with me sitting next to me. Of course, this is Challenger. We're on a Friday night, some Friday night Rocket League. I've got somebody sitting next to me that normally I would never really see, and that's Mr. Latumos of the St. Paul Senators. How's your night going so far?
It's going pretty good. Just got back from the gym, got a little exercise in, ready to watch some Rocket League. How's your night going, Stewie?
Well, obviously I'm in the winners bracket final, so it's going pretty good. But yeah, it's been a blast so far. Obviously we're on the last match of the evening, and it's losers round 2, so we're in the losers bracket. Obviously, the loser of this match goes home, and I mean, how losers bracket matches go. It's possibly the most nerve-wracking thing you could possibly be part of. But yeah, Seer, if you want to throw up the bracket, I think I sent it to you. If you have it, but this is it. We've completed the top side of the upper bracket, and this is how it's turned out. Some crazy upsets. Yeah, definitely. But one thing that I thought, Lat, that definitely, just looking at this, the Inferno going to the winners bracket final, I had that completely. There's no way that wasn't happening for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen too much Challenger this season, but I think the most surprising part about looking at this bracket right now is definitely that the fact that there's no game 5s. I don't see a single game 5 across the board. Oh my God! Did a ton of sweeps and a ton of 3-1s. Did that catch you off guard at all, Stewie?
Yes, that did, because I am now just realizing that there was no game 5s. That's actually crazy. But looking at the lower bracket now, obviously we've already streamed those 3 matches. We saw the Miracles, the Rhythm, the Senators, the Inferno, and the Barons. Now looking at this lower bracket, this is where we're at right now. Rhythm and Barons obviously coming off of that winner's semifinal loss, so they're moving down to the losers quarterfinal, and that won't be played till next week. But again, Lat, no game 5s, and I feel like this match could possibly be a game 5, but not looking at the teams quite yet. But just thinking about it, this is a test definitely, because loser of this is completely done, and you don't want to bow out here with how the points are.
Yeah, for sure. And I think another thing is that both of these teams are coming in with momentum, right? They're losers bracket. They won both their games, 3-0 sweeps. So I think momentum is definitely going to be a big factor here in this series. I'm predicting a close series as well. But which team do you think is going to come in hotter? Which team do you think is going to take it from the get-go? Do you think there's going to be any late drama in this series? What's going through your head, Stewie?
What's going through my head right now is just the fact that both of these teams are down here. The Maulers they were the 6 seed. They were knocked down by the 3. The Flyers were the 7 seed. They were knocked down by the 2 in Burnsville. So both of them are coming off of pretty heavy defeats. And obviously you go down here and you take care of business in one match, like Lat said. And also I'm looking at the Lumberjacks, who are the 10 seed, taking out the 5 in the St. Paul Senators, already out of the tournament. That is actually unbelievable. But I mean, knowing though that St. Cloud is not playing with their full roster, they have a sub in Schlonkers who is playing instead of Lord, but it really isn't going to make a difference for me. Lord is a player who can play at the challenger level, and Schlonkers is a player who can play at the challenger level. So I don't really think that that's going to be a factor. So we don't really need to talk about that if we don't want to. But yeah, going through my head right now is the fact that both of these teams have bounced back once. They have to do it again. And the winner of this match plays the Rhythm. So, I mean, yuck. As far as wanting to run into a team, no, I would not want to run into Rochester on the bottom side of the bracket. Definitely not.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, another thing about momentum, like whoever wins this series is going to be going into Rhythm with 2 wins, whereas Rhythm, they'll be coming off of a loss, but it'll be played next week. So maybe the momentum isn't a factor there. But I think what's most important is just looking at the match right now. You know, you don't have to play for another week. This is it. So, with that being said, who do you think's going to win this one? Who do you think's going to take this match?
We can definitely throw up our predictions, lad. I think it's about that time. These guys are all in the lobby. They're waiting on us pretty much. So I am going to go. I mean, this is a 6 versus a 7. How the hell are you supposed to predict this? I'm going to go with the Maulers in 5. I feel like we're going to get a 5 game
Maulers
set.
in 5?
Yeah.
I feel like it's been, for me, I'm just looking at this bracket. We've got no game 5s. So I feel like I just got to go with what's put in front of me, right? So I'm going to go 3-1, but I'm going to take the Flyers. I'm going to go the opposite of you. So at least one of us will be right?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll go Flyers in 4. I believe in Veltri and Ren. Those are my homies. Wubik's a homie too. But I feel like we've got some fossil premier players, you know? They're going to teach the young guns today. That's what I'm going for.
I mean, you're pretty much giving a birthday present to Veltri because Veltri just, apparently we've just been informed it's Veltri's birthday. So
happy birthday,
everybody
Veltri.
wish happy birthday to Veltri. He's playing in his losers bracket match on stream, and we're just waiting on one player as one player is having internet issues, which is, I mean, just been a theme for this entire tournament for me. It feels like everybody I've run up against has had some sort of connection problems. No idea why, but, you know, Rocket League is just absolutely well built. Thank you so much. But, yeah, still waiting on Wubik to join back. So, yeah, I mean, other than this pregame, realistically, I mean, the bracket has gone somewhat how I've predicted, but at the same time, I don't know. Honestly, I predicted Burnsville to be really good, and they definitely were. The addition of their one of their new players has been unbelievable as far as their. I mean, they 3-0'd in the semifinal match. It wasn't even close against Minnetonka, and Minnetonka was the 3 seed. So
yeah,
I'm not excited to play them, definitely. But I mean, tomorrow we've got Premier, and of course you and I are actually going to be playing in that. So. And maybe we'll run into each other possibly. I actually think if you guys win, no, and I'm kidding. You guys play Rochester if you win.
Yeah, we'll play Rochester.
We might. Hey, you know what? Maybe me and maybe we could trick it out. So, maybe we can trick it out. So, you beat Rochester and we beat Burnsville, and then we just meet in winter semis. Troll, go for clips. I'm down. W, definitely.
Freestyle 1v1.
Freestyle 1v1. But I'm gonna go ahead and send these players in the lobby if Mr. Sear is ready. But I don't know if he's currently ready. I hope so. Get a DC from Rocket League servers. I'm actually just gonna do a radio cast for now because I think Sear is having some sort of issue with the game. Actually, no, he's got game up, which is fine. That's okay. Overlay, I think, crashed. That's fine. It happens. It's fine. We're into game 1. It's early.
We're into game 1.
We'll let the mistakes happen right now, and we'll work through it. But of course, not a kickoff goal to start off. That's good. Good mentality start. You don't want to give up a kickoff goal right away. Definitely not.
Especially in a series that we both see going 4 or 5 games. Yeah, you'd hate to see it run away early.
Oh!
Want to keep things tense.
That was a tense save from Saunders.
That was a tense save.
Raider over 1, he gets bumped. It's on target. He's not going to fall, and it's still on the goal.
Veltri. Can't keep that one out. Great solo play from Raider. Gets it over 2. Veltri not able to make the save. Had 2 chances at it, really. But Raider stuffs that one early. And the Maulers got a 1-0 lead.
Good start. It's definitely a good start for Bloomington, who look to win this series and move on and play Rochester. Of course, we said it earlier, winner plays Rochester. And with Rochester's new addition, I would not want to play against them. Obviously, I'm saying that because I beat them, but at the same time, that's such a great touch from Raider, and he's got 2.
Yeah, Raiders he's showing out early today. He hit the training packs, feeling himself a little bit right now. He's gonna put 2 up in under a minute. Schlonker is not able to get the save, and as the Flyers, you gotta recollect yourselves, and you gotta make some mid-game adjustments going into game 1 here, because otherwise it just looks like the Maulers are gonna run away with it. I don't even think the Flyers have had a shot yet. That being said, it's only been just over a minute into the game, but it's been all Maulers. That's the story of game 1 so far.
Yeah. St. Cloud not able to get going quite yet. See if Feltry and Ren can wake up a little bit, but right now they're stuck in their half and the clears are not exactly the best. Wubik collects midfield, looking to go over 1. Ren's gonna delete him from the field, and Slonkers will collect, but of course, Raider has been very game so far. 2 goals on 4 shots, and we are not even halfway into this game. So a good start for Bloomington, who need a bounce-back series win over a team that is, of course, 1 seed lower, but at the same time, I would say that these teams could not be any closer. That's a beautiful beat from Wubik, and that's just easy.
Yeah. Maulers firing on all cylinders. It's just not even close right now. The Flyers have no shots, the Maulers have 7, and they've put away 3. So good shooting percentage as well. And the Flyers just look outclassed right now. They just weren't ready coming into this match, is what it looks like so far. So I'm looking to see some pressure at least, get something going. It just seems like their touches aren't going the way they want them to. Heavy backboard touches, and they're going to lose pressure. It's going the other way, but really they're just shut down. Like the Flyers are just being shut down everywhere they try and get the ball right now. Run up for a low boost air dribble, gets the flip reset. Not able to do anything with it though. The Flyers are finally in the Maulers side. This is the longest they've been in the Maulers side all game. And then the Maulers just immediately clear it. Like they're not having any problems dealing with this Flyers offense.
Yeah. One thing I'm looking at on my on my Carl bot, actually, it tells you a lot of statistics. I should have sent this to you. It's actually a pretty cool thing. But right now, currently, field domination, it's not even close, actually. The Maulers could not be dominating this game any more than they are. So ball possession is actually about even. I can't get any closer. It's 49-51 in favor of the Maulers. So right now the Maulers on the back foot, but at the same time you have a 3-0 lead, Lat, and realistically St. Cloud has not found an opening. They may find one here. Double commit shot. It's going to be saved away by Blue, and that is your chance, and you just squander it away. So you think you got to find your opportunities and you got to capitalize on them. Make the other team awkward, try and find some sort of opening. But right now, ball position, as far as I'm concerned, being dominated by Bloomington.
Oh yeah, for sure. And still, it's just been the story of the Maulers all game. Beltry looking for a shot downfield, hits the crossbar. They finally put one away with 1:10. That's their 4th shot. They finally get something that actually looked like pressure. Honestly, their other 3 shots, they had one that maybe could have gone in, but the other 2 weren't really anything special. So they've really only had 2 goal opportunities. They put away 1, but it still just looks like Maulers' game to me. Like I'm impressed right now with the Maulers. They look confident. They're winning their challenges. They're winning the 50s. They're winning the speed battle as well in the air. They're getting up and dusting. Still, Raider on top of that, keeping it inside. Finally gets out of the Flyers zone.
There's a chance.
They get a shot. Beltry puts one away. Okay, that was a different ball game. They finally woke up. One more shot and 1 more goal. Beltry seems to be the key of this offense right now. He's putting away. He's either putting it on target or he's putting it in a spot where his teammate can score. So
Exactly.
impressed with Beltry.
Exactly. And when we played them, Beltry was their key player. Ren was, of course, solid midfield, and Beltry was the one putting away a lot of these. That's nearly put away by Ren. Beltry gonna turn. Wubik has the save, and I mean, despite the offense from St. Cloud, they're still down by 1. They still got to work their way out, but 30 seconds to do so. They got plenty of time. Shot not on target by Blue, but it was Blue that made the key mistake on that play. Yes, Raider stayed on the ball, but Wubik was beat, and Blue was last back. Can Raider double it? No. Felcher going to read the backboard. Infill from Raider to blue. Will be beaten out.
Is that
2v1 to
open?
Sluckers.
It's
It's
post.
off the post. So close. 10
Oh, no.
seconds. And still in the end of Bloomington. They're trying to hang on with no time. Felcher the dunk. Wimmick
They're
is
rushing
there
that.
to make the touch. This might be it. Lad, it hits the ground, and the Maulers are up 1-0.
Yeah, I wasn't convinced there. The Maulers just they got a little shaky at the end, but honestly, they stayed strong most of the way. Even on defense, they just looked a lot more comfortable with getting the ball out and handling the offense of the Flyers. But the Flyers, they bounced back. They got some momentum. They're starting to create some offense, and they are saving a lot of shots from the Maulers. They've got 5 there, whereas the Maulers only had 2. But really, it's just been the story of the Maulers getting the ball out and getting some quick transition goals. The Flyers, honestly, it seemed like they got 2 lucky goals. I'm not convinced yet with the Flyers. Not
either.
convinced.
I'm not either. One thing I will say for Bloomington is, you nearly squander that lead away. It got really scary at the end. St. Cloud, like we said, we're not exactly convinced that Bloomington won that game because St. Cloud came out with a force after that last goal was scored. I still cannot believe that, it was done so quickly. I think we're missing Sear. But yeah, Sear just texted me and said, "Keep talking." Okay, I will keep talking as much as I can. But an update on the lower side of the bracket. This is actually the final match of the night, no matter what. We have a win for the Lumberjacks over the Victory, 3-0 win, and their run continues after defeating the 5 seed. That is the 10 seed, taking out, I believe, the 11.
Yeah,
But isn't
the
a
11
massive
seed beat
win,
the
but
1 seed.
yeah. That's
The 11 seed beat the 1 seed 3-0, and then they lost 3-0. So that's an interesting upset. The Barons play the Lumberjacks next Friday.
yeah. That's
And then still waiting to see who Rochester will play, but yeah, it's looking to be a barn burner.
yeah,
If
definitely.
the Lumberjacks keep this up, I would like to see the Barons win. Of course, I'm biased, but I mean,
Definitely.
the Lumberjacks seem to have figured things out.
But Sear, he just got back in, and I believe I'm gonna send these guys into the game. But yeah, this is game number 2, and we're pretty much just trying to send one of these teams. We're not pretty much trying. We are sending one of these teams to play Rochester, and for Bloomington, you start off well. For St. Cloud, you start off good, but you don't get the. Oh my goodness! Everybody's just DCing. Good God! Blueberry losing connection. Goodness gracious! Can Rocket League servers work? I'm just gonna send that to them. But yeah, it's the final match of the weekend, the final match of the night. Tomorrow, premiere, of course. Premiere action. You'll see. Well, you definitely see me because we're streaming that second match, but you might see Lad if him and the boys, him and Perma and Evan can pull out a couple W's tomorrow.
I believe we're on stream first.
Oh, you
I
guys
think
are. So
we're on the
you'll see
first
both of
match.
us tomorrow night. Yeah, W.
Yeah.
And of course, Mr. Wolf is streaming that, and he has player cam set up. So
Ooh,
you guys will get to gritty on camera if you want to. But
yeah, I got a few different celebrations in the bag.
my favorite so far has been the if there's a clips channel. There's a clips channel of Ambrosio when he beats St. Paul. It's hilarious. He's like a toy car, and he like sits there and he goes.
Yeah, it's
It's just
I like the
stupid.
addition of the player cams. It is stupid, but you get to see a little bit of personality
Yeah, definitely.
in the celebrations at least, which is adds to the whole experience. Fun,
100%.
like it a lot. Like it a lot for sure.
Mhm.
So yeah, you get to see both of us. I don't know who we play, but I guess
guys-
it doesn't really matter. We're gonna win.
I can tell
regardless.
you play right now, actually, if you want me to.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't matter though.
You guys play Mankato.
Kato.
Yeah,
I don't know who's
Mankato
on that
Atlas. Riker Zodak and now Azel instead of PC.
Hazel.
So that is Azel.
Don't recognize the name. But
So that's what you guys play, and the winner plays Rochester. And we don't play till round 2, so we play against winner of Inferno and Flyers, and Inferno should win that. But should be very interesting. So, but yeah, just currently trying to wait for.
yeah, who are we
Sorry,
waiting on?
Prussia. I'm sorry. I have no faith. I know I have no faith, and it's because you have one win. Leave me alone, okay? Goodness gracious. Leave me alone. We're just waiting on one more connect, and we're finally back in. And I'm just gonna ask these guys if they're good to go. Seer is back in the lobby. That's good. Sorry for the delay, friends. Of course you believe in Prussia, Vogs. You want to be on his team so much, don't you? Yeah, you don't have the super sub on your team. Yeah. But of course, game number 2 finally loading in. Thank you, goodness gracious. We have finally loaded into the game. And so far, it's been a 1-0 lead for Bloomington. Let's see if they can keep that up. But they were scared a lot in that end of that last game.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the Flyers to capitalize early here. A little bit of time to talk, work things out. A little 5-minute break. So this is an opportunity to grab the momentum for sure. Could be a big turn of events. That's what I'm looking for the Flyers to do if they want to even things up here, because it is a best of 5. So this is a must-win game in my eyes. Like, I don't know what the mental fortitude looks like on this team, but if they go down 2-0, I don't think there's any coming back for them. So in my eyes, the Flyers, they need to win this game. Don't need the first goal, but I think that would help their case a lot in winning the series.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I'm noticing is Raider has 13 touches already in the game. Blueberry has 12, and Ren has 1 touch on the ball so far in the first minute. So if you are St. Cloud, you have the chance. Finally, Sloggers are going to capitalize, and a 1-0 lead for St. Cloud is a great start.
Yeah, exactly what I was just talking about. You know, they don't need the first goal, but I think the first goal will definitely help their case throughout the entire series. I think if they were to get scored on first and then even things up in game 2, you know, there's not as much control there. There's not as much momentum per se. But seizing the early goal, taking the opportunity of Rocket League servers not being kind to us, you know, this is exactly what you want for the Flyers. You get a free timeout, and you go up 1-0 in game 2, and they look a lot better as well. Like, it's not just the fact that they scored. They look 10 times better than last game in terms of everything. Like, their defense looks a lot cleaner, their touches look a lot cleaner. The pace of gameplay faster, you know, getting more pressure. Just everything seems to be a little bit more locked in for the Flyers. So
one thing I'm seeing on this statistical thing that I have, the Flyers currently for field domination, it'll tell you just pretty much how much they're covering of the field. Right now, the Flyers currently sitting at 83%.
Oh,
17% for Maulers, but they don't care. Tie game.
Yeah. I mean, it was a lucky. I mean, I guess you could say, I'll say lucky 50, lucky 50, lucky bounce from the crossbar. You know, the Flyers definitely the better team in game 2, from what we've seen so far. But maybe that goal helps balance out the momentum. You know, I think it'll be a closer game. If it went 2-0, I feel like the momentum would have just trended towards the Flyers for the rest of the series. But now that it's 1-1, I think we could be looking at a game 5 still. But I've got to hold true to the 3-1 prediction.
St. Cloud?
Yeah,
I feel like game 1 was a fluke. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I actually agree. I feel like they should have won game 1 with the comeback that they made. Yeah, and it started off great, but unfortunate that Ren can't put that in to give them the lead. But right now, Bloomington is on their back foot, and they've been on their back foot this entire game. One thing I am noticing, though, is Wubik with not a lot of touches on the ball right now. Despite having the goal, his teammates have triple the touches he has total. So we'll see what he can do. But Veltri looking to find the angle. There's Slonker's going to commit his third man. So the chips are all in for St. Cloud. They're going to try and find something here. The demo comes in. See if St. Cloud can get it off the backboard. Blueberry is there to clear the ball away. And if you are Bloomington, you've been stuck in your half for a solid minute and a half, looking to work your way out. But just nothing in the tank right now. You're losing challenge after challenge. And one thing that I think is underrated in Rocket League is people's ability to challenge the ball. If you have a good challenge game, you're just tough to play against in general because teams, they just feel like they can never get the ball by you.
100%. And I mean, that's where ones does come into play, like just knowing when to challenge, knowing when to fake challenge, knowing when you can challenge, even if it's unorthodox. Ones helps with all that. So I don't know if I don't think anybody in here, but maybe Wubik definitely plays ones. He's the type of guy to play ones. But yeah, like you said earlier, Wubik not getting a ton of touches on the ball, that's concerning for me. Concerning for the Maulers. I don't like to see that. I think Wubik is the focal point of their offense. Although Raider did have a great showing in game 1. I think Wubik he creates for them, whether you see it on the stat sheet or not. He's a big creator in terms of assists and goals, just keeping the pressure. So not getting a lot of touches on the ball is a little bit concerning.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely. That was 2 players that committed on that lat and no one able to find it. Raider gonna go. Gets the dunk. 11 seconds. 10 on the clock. Wubik has a chance. Will be blocked by Slonkers. That's a huge 50. And Blueberry there to clear Veltri, excuse me, more than likely going to kill this down. He does. Overtime, game 2. And
game 2.
This is a massive overtime because if Bloomington wins this up 2-0, it gets a little scary for St. Cloud.
I don't think there's any world where Bloomington wins this, unless it's just like a Mickey goal. But honestly, I'm really convinced, like 95%, that Flyers are going to win this game. Usually, when a team is going to get swept, like if they're just visibly worse on paper, they've just been playing worse in a series. Usually they'll go down 2-0 and game 3 will be close, like a 1-goal game or an overtime.
Mm-hmm.
They'll start to focus, but you know the series looks a lot closer. Looks to be in favor of the Flyers. Like I see them winning the next 3 games still, just because they made their adjustments last game and they came into this game looking a lot better. They've already made their adjustments. It's really just a matter of putting away the goal in overtime. So, and they continue to put on the pressure here. They're continuing to stack it.
Oh
my!
Oh, what a
my
shot!
God.
There it is.
I was wrong. What a wow! What a transition goal from the Maulers.
That turns into a fake. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought Wubik had the double.
I did too. I feel like he should have. I feel like he should have hit that. That would have been clean. Even then, it turns into a fake, and Blueberry pretty much just has a wide open shot. So
yeah. Gotta be a bitter taste in the Flyers' mouth.
100%.
Definitely not what you want to see. I mean, the Flyers. I don't think they get swept, but I don't know what they're going through right now in the comms. I don't know how confident they are that they can bring this back. I don't know how like how bad do you want to win this series, you know?
Yeah, what are you willing to, push forward? What are you willing to give? Because like Rocket League, I've found out in the years that I've played Rocket League is such a risk and reward type of game. Are you willing to risk as third man to go to score a goal? Are you willing to take the challenge and send yourself in to try and force out mistakes? And I feel like some teams just, when they get down, that's when they figure out, okay, we got to actually take chances here because we're down in the series. And there are some teams who will sit back farther and just, they don't make adjustments. So we'll see what St. Cloud has, but they're down 2-0 in this series. Of course, Bloomington trying to finish this off and move on and play Rochester, but it would be a quick 3-0 for them. And we still have yet to find a game 5, and we had plentiful game 5s yesterday. And this today, none, like Lat pointed out. And I'm glad that you pointed that out because I would not have figured that out at any point just looking at the bracket.
Yeah, and now I think it goes 3-1. I'm gonna change my prediction. 3-1 Maulers.
Mid-series, he's just
Yep.
lost all faith for St. Cloud completely.
No.
Maulers, go Bloomington.
Yeah, I think they'll get one here. They may. I mean, truly, like I don't believe in the Flyers mentality. Oh,
Oh no.
Ubik misses one. I mean, hey, 3-1. You know, I think the Flyers will pull out ahead in this game. I think that they'll make their adjustments, but I at the end of the day, like I don't think they've got it in them to bring it to 5 or win the next 2 or 3 actually. They're down by 2. They need to win 3. I just
Win a
don't
lot of
see.
games, score a lot of goals.
Yeah, especially with the sub that can shake things up. No, nothing against Schlonkers, but you know, playing with someone for the first time or whatever. I don't know if they've played together before, but new roster can definitely cause this. Wow, that was almost crazy. but playing with the new roster for the first time, yeah,
On the
Ren gonna
net?
put away another one. Yeah, it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep.
More
be
likely
gentlemen.
3-1. Just
Yeah.
say, yeah.
We'll put
that's
that out
literally
there.
that's literally how my entire night has gone. My team has somehow pulled out. Like game 2, we pulled out in overtime, I think twice, and it was huge because we went up 2-0. And then game 3, we just one series. The last series we played in winter semis, we were up 2-0 in game 3, and we trolled the lead away. Excuse me. And we trolled the lead away, and Rochester ended up beating us, and we just took care of business in game 4. But even then, this feels like one of those games where St. Cloud cannot do anything wrong off the bar.
Ren.
Of course, right as I say that, Blueberry with a 1v1 somewhat gets by 1, gets the top corner
Top
shot,
left.
and that's a good dribble. Solid.
Big dribble. Yeah, I mean, still, I don't think that shakes anything up. I don't think that changes my updated prediction at all. Ren just missed the open net, so I think the Flyers know that they're good.
Yeah, definitely.
They're
It's,
good.
you know, it's unlucky. It's an unlucky goal. It should have gone in. Definitely.
Yeah.
I've had plenty of those in my Rock League career. Ball just goes far down. I'm like, why? Why do this to me? You know, just go into the net. Oh no, that's off backboard. Valtteri. Oh, no,
yeah.
that wasn't in. Fortunate Valtteri able to score and get back the 2-goal lead, and that's a good response because you did not want Bloomington to get back into this game, especially not for your mentality. You know, you can't give up a 2-goal lead and then expect to somehow pull it out. But we have not seen a lot of possession plays. Yes, we have seen some mechanical opportunities, obviously Wubik in game 2, but even then, this game so far has been, teams, it's the first major. It's still somewhat early in the season. It's, we're still trying to, you're in a tournament, you're in losers round 2. You do not want to mess up here and lose because it's just not good for your season standings. It will not give you a lot of points. And so for the teams that got to the winners bracket final, even winners semifinal, you're getting a lot more points than you were if you were out right away. So that's something for your team to think about tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah, no, for sure. Valtteri piling on the pressure, just keeps going, and he's just gonna put one away, make it 4-1. Valtteri coming alive. He's really the engine to this team's offense. Like he's powering everything. He's got 2 goals, no assists, but honestly, he's been the best player on the Flyers for me. So if he keeps getting ball touches, maybe they have a chance at coming back like he has been. I mean, he's been getting a lot of time on the ball from what it looks like. It's just a matter of getting the touches he wants. He misses that one there. But
Yeah, we'll see if we see a possible, play style change from Bloomington if they
Yeah.
come out more physical in game 4, if they try something new. But I don't feel like you need
Yeah.
to. This is just one of those games where it got away from you too quickly, and Valtteri just,
For sure.
pulled something. It's a lot like some of the games I played against you, Lat, where just seems like you're the only one scoring and you're the only one they need to score on your team. Where I feel like, man, if I stop Lat, I got a shot. But if I don't stop Lat, we're going to lose no matter what. So for Valtteri's sake, He's got 5 of his team shots, 2 goals. That's a demo. Not quite an opportunity, though, for Wubik. Flip reset. Does get 2. Infield for Wooberry. The demo comes in. Sockers with a save. And Veltri will put it to the side, and St. Cloud will survive that somewhat onslaught, but really wasn't a warranted shot. Wasn't that strong on net, but Bloomington more than likely going to have to respond in the 4th game, and if you don't respond in the 4th game, we have seen reverse sweeps. We saw one yesterday, and it was absolutely massive.
Yeah. How big do you think a reverse sweep would be heading into the Rochester
Oh my
match?
god. Oh my god. I mean, obviously, like you and I talked about Lab before, you know, we wouldn't see that match till next week, so they would have time to prepare, and some of the momentum would be gone, but it would absolutely be massive because you're taking out a team that's standing in your way as the 6th seed, but also you're playing with a sub, and it just, I mean, your confidence is through the roof at that point. You feel like you came back, and we did it with a sub. Imagine we had our whole team. So imagine Lord comes back. You're playing against Rochester, who just came off of a loss, and historically you've done good against, you know, that team, but Rochester's team is still fairly new.
Oh, what a
but
fake. They're
all skilled completely. 10 seconds. It's all but over for Bloomington. St. Cloud gonna get one back,
What a
more
dunk.
than likely.
Oh, it hit the post.
Unfortunate. 1 second. Ball gonna hit the ground. St. Cloud looking to write their name in the history books, and they got to do it in game 4, though.
Yeah, it's one game at a time for the Flyers. Blue not able to get the dunk and get one for the road. But honestly, I think this game 4, we're looking at another overtime. We're looking at another 1-goal game. I don't think the Flyers have made all the adjustments they need. I don't think it's going to be a runaway. I don't think it's going to be a 4-1 next game. Definitely a 1-goal game in my eyes. Or overtime. Well, I guess that's also a 1-goal game. But yeah, the Flyers looked a lot more convincing. But honestly, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough to carry them through to game 5. I just don't see it happening. I see the Maulers making the adjustments they need. Just like the last 2 games, I think that it's going to go similar. You know, Blueberry's going to be getting the transitions. Wubik is going to be getting the mechanical goals, making things happen on offense. Raider putting away transition goals, quick shots in the midfield, getting some demos as well. Like I think that's the adjustments they're going to be making, is just faster pace and definitely more physical play. That's what I see happening, and that's what I see letting the Maulers win this in 4. So, but we'll see what happens, though. You know, the caster curse. I don't get affected by it. I'm not a caster, right? But who knows?
He's not involved. He's not in the group. That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Drop down touch. Reds there. Oh, St. Cloud coming out hot in game 4. They got to come out, and Bloomington with a triple commit save on their goal line, trying to hang on. Songer's not going to turn. Veltri looking in field, does have Ren blocked by Raider, and Songer's last back left to somehow figure out some defense. That's a weak shot on target by Raider. Veltri collects over 1.
Pass.
Can they get it back to Veltri? Yep. Nope. Of course, Wubik is going to be there and will make the touch. And nothing really threatening right now. That's almost on target, nearly off the post. Some unfortunate 50s for both teams, definitely. Veltri not going to have enough boost to get back to this Raider into his corner, and Bloomington looks to collect.
Maulers dealing with some early shots, some close opportunities from the Flyers, but they look to have made the adjustment. They look cleaner now. 50 out front of net. Wubik's gonna collect, bring it up the wall. It's gonna get dunked by Ren. Nobody's there. Blueberry will play it to the corner, back to Veltri. Veltri beats 1, handled by Raider. Back out to Ren. He's gonna pop it up, gets demoed. That's the physical play I was talking about. Definitely reset, and the Flyers just end up throwing away the ball. Mahler's going to look to capitalize here. It's really just a lot of ping pong. I don't really see any of these teams taking an advantage of the space that they're given. A lot of ping pong right now, a lot of back and forth. Both teams are battling to see who can take control of this game 4. Ren snipes one in. Graces the post. Huge shot for the Flyers. Once again, off of a touch from Veltri. Wonderful pass, but honestly, that's an incredible angle from Ren. Slap that away. And do you start to get nervous here as the Maulers? You know, like, are you letting this goal affect you? You know?
You're letting the series slip away, definitely. Ren with possession. Oh my goodness. Ubik had to make that touch. Valtteri into the corner. You have been stuck in your half for most of this game for Bloomington. You're conceding a lot of field control and ball possession. Maybe a pinch to tie the game, not quite. Ubik in field. There is Raider, and that is a beautiful pass.
Yeah, the offense for the Maulers is just so much quicker. It's 1-2 and it's in the net. They're just putting the bread in the bread basket. But for the Flyers, it seems like they need a lot more things to go right in order for them to score a goal. So and the Maulers answered quickly, right? They answered really quickly. Put one back in, tied things up. We still got 3 minutes, but I'm still looking at a 1-goal game. I still think it's gonna be.
Oh no!
Waterfall to Wubik.
Awkward read from Ren. You had to jump for
and
this.
The Flyers, quick turn of events. You know, Ren's backwards, can't get the touch. Slonkers can't get there. Wubik's just gonna put away a freebie on the silver platter. And yeah, the Flyers are up 2-1 now. The Maulers, rather.
Yeah, this is gut check time for St. Cloud. You're down 2-1. Ooh. Yeah. They got to figure something out right now, lad. You know, you can't give up 2 straight goals without having an answer to your St. Cloud. You got to figure out some form of getting back on offense. You had some offense at the beginning of this game, but of course Bloomington has snatched it right away, and Wubik's facing a demo. Valtteri going to make the save into the corner. Raider more than likely going to keep this midfield for Wubik. Does not get it though. Blueberry will collect. Tries to get by Ren, but the ball going to go across the field, and Bloomington again going to collect possession and look to get by St. Cloud. They do first, but a minute 57 to go, and of course it's been awkward gameplay for St. Cloud to deal with on defense.
100%. The Maulers have been taking it high. They've been abusing the backboard. What it seems, they're taking it high in the air, taking it to the backboard, and the Flyers haven't found an answer yet. Whether it's just putting someone farther back as theirs, so they're able to deal with the high and fast play, the Maulers, or just sending one up backboard immediately, or pre-jumping. You know, whatever it is, the Flyers haven't found the answer yet, and the Maulers continue to play it high, play it up the walls. They're beating the Flyers in the air, and the Flyers just seem uncomfortable. They're just hitting the ball to hit the ball in the air. They're not getting the touches they want. The Maulers look a lot more comfortable playing in the air. I say that as 2 of them.
That's a caster curse. A little bit, but
with the pinch off the ceiling. That's just gonna send it back, and Raider's already on the backboard. He's ready. He just collected it. He's
what St. Cloud needs to do, like you talked about. That's exactly what St. Cloud needs to do. They need to position themselves better on the backboard. Otherwise, they're gonna have to deal with touches like this. That's a beautiful pass, and Red with a hero save to keep Bloomington, to keep St. Cloud in it. St. Cloud, of course, Sloggers has to make another save. And St. Cloud dealing with a ton of pressure. 50 gonna go on to Raider. Can Valtteri score this? The game is tied.
I said the overtime, but what a huge goal for the Flyers. You know, quick transition goal, and they're still in this. They're still in the series. They're still in the game. A huge turn of events. You know, it's got to fire them up if they want to win. Big demo from Valtteri. All the momentum's in their favor right now. You know, the Maulers, they got a couple quick ones, but we're all tied up with 15 seconds. We're looking for an overtime. Caster curse.
Oh boy, that's a poor touch. Ooh. That got scary a little bit. They're sketchy for the St. Cloud. It's sketchy right now for Bloomington. The bump comes in. Valtteri looking for infield double commit from Bloomington to make the save. The bump though should keep this down. Maybe Ren gonna keep it up one last dying breath. Valtteri lets it drop. He needs the boost. He needs the 30. Overtime in game 4. This is for the series more than likely. And if St. Cloud somehow survives, we go to game 5. If Bloomington is able to win this, we finish off our first week of Challenger in all 4 game sets or sweeps. We're not having a game 5, and we're looking for one here. St. Cloud trying to make that happen. Demo from Sloggers. Shot from Sloggers is saved by Blueberry and huge. Valtteri going to commit though his third man. Did he commit his series away? Wubik may have the ankle, doesn't quite find it, and St. Cloud gonna rest now for a second as they survive possible onslaught. Wubik's there off the backboard looking for 2. And again, there's the backboard defense from St. Cloud. They finally have adjusted and made the save. Veltri, though, this is a good chance.
Oh, he's gonna
2v1.
1-1.
He done it. 5 minutes there.
Oh!
Game 5.
Game 5. Flyers Maulers. Hey, maybe your prediction comes true. You know? Yours is still on the
Possibly.
line. Yours is still on the line. That was very, very close. It ended up being a lot closer than I thought. I did say overtime, but it was honestly closer than I thought it would. The Maulers had a couple shots that could have went in overtime, and they just got transitioned really quickly. And the defense, they couldn't prevent the transition goal, send in all their guys. We're looking at Game 5 now. So, well, now that it's 2-2, who do you got winning Game 5, Stewie?
I picked Maulers in 5, but oh man, Veltri looks really good right now. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, surprising.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Honestly, I really want the reverse sweep to happen, but I feel like maybe St. Cloud has something to say about that. I'm hoping Bloomington can somehow reverse the cards here. I feel like if you are Bloomington, you had this series won. Like you were up 2-0, you had it, you won it on overtime, and now St. Cloud forcing the 5th game, and I mean, goodness gracious. Of course, Game 5 loading on in Champions Field. Winner takes all, loser goes home and is done for Major 1. They will have a massive break, though. I'm pretty sure matches will not pick up until the middle of May. So, again, if you lose here, Lat, you pretty much you got a big break, and of course, you will have to wait, and your roster won't be able to change.
Ren.
Beautiful shot from Ren and a great start.
Wow. The Flyers figured things out. Wubik getting caught out. Thought Veltri was going to hit that one. Ren just takes advantage. Puts it away early. Now it's a question of mentality. Do the Maulers, are they letting the early goal? Are they letting the potential reverse sweep get to their head? Wubik with a great shot, saved by Ren. Blueberry's going to keep the pressure. Schlonkers not able to get the beat there. Veltri goes to the backboard, misses the touch. Ren will play it to the corner softly for Schlonkers to collect and take the 50. Blue just keeping the pressure in the zone. A lot of ping pong right now. The teams, definitely the nerves are coming into play. The looks of things.
Yeah.
Veltri with another great 50.
Nerves are peaking at the moment.
Yeah, nerves seem to be
definitely
a big factor in this game.
Bloomington is a little bit sketched out right now. You're down 1, a minute gone. You had the series 1 in game 2 after you took the overtime. Ren with a flip reset. Can he get underneath? Blue, he can't. Veltri there. Veltri again, for me, has been the catalyst in this series. Every time he's second or third man, he is just in the perfect position. And he's got either ball possession or a chance like this. Looking for 2, not going to quite find it. Ren off the backboard, not going to read it. Blueberry, they caught Slonkers in a 2v1. Slonkers, though, a massive touch. Will keep St. Cloud alive for now. We're still up 1-0. And for Ren has been very good in this series. Ren
it's over.
is in the post. Oh, Mr. Blueberry and Wubik can't get it. And St. Cloud, Bloomington dodged a bullet, and they get away with complete murder.
Oh, for sure. And the Flyers are still looking to score. They've still got the pressure. And
down.
the Maulers to come back from that, not get scored on there, and if they manage to tie this up, like I'll be impressed. The Flyers, the old vets, they're showing these young guns that it's not over till the fat lady sings.
Definitely not.
Oh, what a pass!
You are right. These 3 players are veterans of the MSAS community. They've been here for a long time. Have played a lot of Rocket League. And
much more experience.
Much more experienced team. Despite having the sub, it really doesn't matter. Honestly, it means that they just played more matches. Ren with a foot reset, looking for a 2 off the backboard, trying to pass. And Ren has been very game in this game 5. He has been the catalyst for St. Cloud. He's the reason they're winning. He has their only goal, and he's had all of their ball touches. I mean, unbelievable. He's so far. Ren has 42 ball touches. What a save by Valtteri! Gonna somehow keep
Scary.
St. Cloud up by 1, and Ren has 42 ball touches. His teammates have 20 and 22. So he has completely come out of this game and has dominated it and
he's
has
gonna score
scored
another one.
the 2-goal lead.
Gonna score another one. Huge for the Flyers. You know, they've got the experience under the belts clearly. Like they didn't seem very nervous. Maybe a little nervous at the start. The Maulers, they're letting it get to them. It's game 5. You know, it's a whole new game, but they didn't seem to reset. They got in their own heads even more. Valtteri still, he's been playing well all series, but Ren really coming alive in game 5
Yeah.
for sure.
Strongers on the back line.
Yeah.
100%. This St. Cloud team's look completely different. Wubik off the backboard. Raiders
What a
there, but
save,
Valtteri
Valtteri.
again. A great
What a
read.
save.
Gonna deny Bloomington once again, Lat. And of course, it's Valtteri to say no. Blueberry, the shot is perfectly placed. The bounce shot is unsavable, and a 1-goal game with a minute and a half. Bloomington refuses to die.
Yeah, Bloomington, don't count them out just yet. They put all the chips in, right? They went all in. And they got a goal out of it, but realistically, are they able to do it again? You know, that's what I'm worried about. Like, I feel like if they send everybody all in again, they're gonna get scored on. You know.
Bonkers. Oh. Huge
Ren,
save.
it's gonna play it off the backboard. Valtteri gets the beat. Bubik catches the ball. He's gonna early flick, handled by Schlonkers. Schlonkers follows up, gets the boost stolen. Ren misses the flick, and Valtteri is honestly, he's been playing. He's impressed me so much this series. Like
Yeah.
he's just on another level this series. It seems like
On
a lot of
every
his
aspect. Yeah.
every aspect, all of his touches, his pace of play, the IQ. It just seems to be on another level compared to
There it
everybody
is.
else. Oh,
That's
there
an
it is again.
absolutely massive
Great
beat.
read. Yeah.
Of course, 30 seconds to go. Blueberry trying to work his way out, but they're locked in their half. St. Cloud putting down the snake grip hold, trying to end this series and complete the reverse sweep and send Bloomington home. Raider trying to win the 50 and give Bloomington some form of hope, but 20 seconds, St. Cloud has possession, and Bloomington
What a
doesn't
shot.
jump on target. Raider does get the demo on Sloggers and
this
kills
boost.
Valtteri, trying to give them something, but they're not in their half. The ball's not in their possession. The boost is not in their possession. 5
Missed the
seconds. Bubik's there for the shot, but it's saved by Sloggers. Bad bounce. 2 go.
Oh,
Blueberry
it's open.
catches it. It's open. Get the
crossbar! Oh, 2 insta leaves. Oh, they're heated. Ballers are heated. That dude,
No
That's-
shots.
that's a roster change there and then. I'm sure of it.
Oh
There's a roster
my
change.
god. Oh my god.
Wow. Some late drama.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I don't even know what to say. I actually don't even know what to say.
Oh.
Wow.
And if you're a Blueberry, you like.
You don't feel
I'm
bad about
you
that.
don't- you-
Honestly, it
Like,
happens. Everybody
it
misses.
happens, but like,
Move on from it.
yeah,
Honestly,
you just gotta move on from it. He's definitely gonna be feeling like shit right now. Just how it goes, but you learn from it. I mean, he had the time. Again, the nerves. He could have just dribbled it in. He didn't need to flick it.
He didn't have any boost, but even then, yeah, Lada is
Yeah.
right. He could have just dribbled the ball in. I mean, he made the perfect play, literally the perfect play. He
Yeah.
catches the ball, completely destroys the defense, and both players go missing, and it's just so unfortunate, honestly.
Yeah, if you're the Maulers, that's got to be so heartbreaking. Like, I'm expecting a roster change at the end of May from the
Possibly.
Maulers.
Yeah.
Like, based on the fact that there was 2 insta leaves, they're in their own heads for sure. They're not happy. Like, I don't see that team sticking together.
So good. It was just an unfortunate miss, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like we've been talking too much about the Flyers though, or the Maulers. Let's focus on the
Yeah, a
positive side
massive
thing.
win from the Flyers. I
Yeah,
mean, a
huge
massive
reverse
reverse
sweep for the
sweep.
Flyers.
I mean, if you
Huge.
think about it, Lat, they were down in this series, and all of a sudden they just appear in this series and they win. You know,
Yeah, and a lot of close games as well. A
Yeah.
lot of close games. You know, that last game, 1-goal game. I think there was one overtime. There's a couple other 1-goal games.
Game
I think it was
four
one more.
was game 4 overtime.
Maybe.
Game
I
2
know it was a
was.
1-goal game.
I mean, you
Yeah.
could have won game 2 easily. You know, you could have won
Yeah.
game, possibly game 3 even. I mean, you didn't have to go down, you know, whatever it was 2-1, but able to pull it out, and they will move on to play the Rhythm. The Maulers, unfortunately, going to go home, and in a very, very unfortunate way to go home. But hey, that's Rocket League. That's life. Happens. You know, you can't be perfect in everything you do, but you can bounce back from it. And I'm hoping that, you know, Blueberry and his team will bounce back from that next week. But I believe I sent Sear the updated lower bracket, and here it is. We have completed every single game so far, up to week number 2. And Maulers, of course, beating the Superiors, Rangers over the Flyers. Senators bowing out early to a 10 seed Lumberjacks. I thought that match was a gimme for the Senators. I'm sorry, V15, if you're listening, but victory taking out the Atlas in 4 games. And I mean, I just realized that the number 1 seed, the number 1 seed getting
Going out 9 to 12.
double, yeah.
9 to
The
12.
number 1 seed going out. I mean, unbelievable. Honestly,
I mean,
just
Yeah. What do you think that says about the Atlas? Do you think they're frauds? Like they've only played 5 matches.
I don't say that
Do
they're
you think the Atlas are
frauds, but I just think that, you know, I don't want to say that, you know, it's the frauds, but they didn't play really any of the top teams besides, I mean, we're not really a top team. My team isn't, but they beat us. So it really, you can't really say that they're frauds, but at the same time, they bow out at second to last place, third to last place, whatever you want to say that. They lost. And for the victory to win that, it's actually insane. Along with, you know, of course, the Lumberjacks to beat the victory. The Lumberjacks and the Barons and the Rhythm and the Flyers are still alive. But see if you could throw up the upper bracket for me as well. We can run through that one real quick, but everybody has seen it. But just to give everybody clarification, yep, in Miracles Inferno in that winner's bracket final, there's the upset at the top with Atlas losing, and then the big upset, of course, of well, not really any giant upset, but I guess, you know, it just massive wins all the way around the board for many teams. And for me, Burnsville looks very game so far. They smoked the Barons. I mean, that was not even close on the stream, but you know, those are all of our matches. And we've of course, Scott, you'll be seeing Mr. Me and Lat tomorrow. We're gonna play Premier, of course, and that should be a blast. More than likely going to run into Burnsville, and they're going to chase me all over the field, which is fine. But one thing, Lat, you and I don't have to worry about is St. Paul and Duluth are on the other side of the bracket, so we won't be seeing those guys till next week, more likely, which is good. But I appreciate you joining me, Lat. It was a blast as always. A great series to cast. But we're more than likely gonna say goodbye, and we will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for Premier Major 1 week number 1. We will see you when we see you.